All right, boys, what is going on? Let me know if the music is too loud. As per usual, we're gonna go ahead and start here with an already requested game from SJ. If you guys want to give me your games, go ahead and queue them up. Let me know, and we can do so. It looks like we have, let me see, 21 games to watch through today. Because only 3 games have not been played so far, which is absolutely fine because it's Sunday still. Again, I had to do this now because of some scheduling conflicts for tomorrow. So if you guys do want me to watch your games, go ahead and let me know. I'll queue them up. And if we do watch your games, you can send me the paste in DMs and I can go a little bit more in depth about certain plays you made, understand it a little bit more. What's going on, Jesse? Yo, hype for you to watch my game. Which game is it? I can go ahead and, yeah, what's your username? And I can go ahead and queue it up. Horus, yep, I got you, Horus. We will do yours next. And then let me go ahead and write down SJ. So we're gonna start with SJ because SJ said that he cannot stay too long. So by the way, thank you guys so much. We're already at 10 likes and I just started the stream, which is fantastic. So I really appreciate that. But we're gonna go ahead and start with SJ here. And SJ's team he's bringing the Vivillon again. Why are you bringing Vivillon again, SJ? I do not understand it. We have Believer the Vivillon, Hurricane, Energy Ball, Sleep Powder, and Quiver Dance, which does look like it does pretty well. Compound Dies, obviously. Rotom, if he's with that, can live that pretty well. Quillfish can also probably take it pretty well. No Sleep Absorbers and the Safety Goggles though, so maybe Vivillon is a good win con. We have the Black Glasses, Kowtow, Cleave, Brick Break, Sucker Punch, and Swords Dance on the King Gambit. A physically defensive Zapdos for the Sneasel. I can only assume a Gastrodon with Earthquake, Ice Beam, Stealth Rock, and Recover, and it's looking to be Spadef. For the Chi-Yu, I can only assume, and I don't know whose Terra Steins is. I think it's Sneasel if I remember correctly, but I could be incorrect. We have Adamant, Banded Palafin, and then a Choice Scarf Hisuian Decidui. Don't question the Viv. Oh, I'm questioning the Vivillon. So we're gonna go ahead and hop in here. It looks like Vivillon is the win con from SJ's side, which, I mean, hey, each their own, man. It looks like it actually does pretty well here. It looks like we're gonna have to value Rocks Chip for sure, because this team obviously lacks removal other than Noivern, but it looks like they might want to go for some Spike Stack of their own. So we'll go ahead and see here. I do think SJ is most certainly playing into the Vivillon here. We'll see a Gastrodon lead and a Quillfish lead, so both probably gonna trade hazards here, but we're actually gonna see a big taunt from the Quillfish. Palafin's gonna come in, we're gonna get a flip turn off, and we're gonna get into our hero form. Unfortunately, no grounded poison, so that was a great T-Spike from Stein's side. Vivillon is unfortunately in right now. Add me to the queue and I'll give you a smooch. Say no more, Nick. Please say no more. It's Dark Flying Sneasler, got it. So and you are, I didn't check your Terra type on King Gambit. We're fire this week. We are fire. So Vivillon is in. Obviously Sleep Powder is probably going to come off here. Yeah, I can only assume. Quillfish, no Sleep Talk because he didn't prep for Vivillon. I can't blame him at all. In comes Noivern, pretty decent. This might be able to Quiver Dance past whatever this Noivern wants to do. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, 1 Quiver. I'm actually very curious here. We're gonna pull up a calc here because I think that this might be able to Quiver past the Noivern. I actually am pretty confident that it can. Let's say +2 Spadef. If we're a Hurricane. Never mind. I had way too much faith in that Pokemon. What item are we? We're Boots, right? What's going on? What is going on, Dan? We are Boots. We are modest though, so we do not kill most Noiverns, and we actually die if he's not Specs. So it's probably in your best play to go for another Quiver, right? Yeah, we're gonna go for the +2/+2. If you win with this Pokemon, yeah, we're gonna see the Hurricane come out. We land our Hurricane. Down goes Noivern. You don't sweep, right? Energy Ball. You don't sweep, right? You don't sweep, right? SJ, you don't sweep. Thank the Lord. Do not do. I gotta see this roll. I gotta see what this roll is. I gotta see what's going on here. So we're +2 modest. Hurricane. So that was a bulkier Chi-Yu. Wow. If you know his set, SJ, that would be awesome. If not, then no problem at all. So if he was max HP that never killed, if it looks like he had some amount of bulk, or I'm not sure how Solvista never killed, so he had some form of bulk there. Not sure what the role is, but unfortunately he gets hit in confusion, which obviously would have been able to kill this in return. And we're gonna see a Vivillon sweep. Yeah, I cannot believe that. 50-50 roll. Gotcha. 132. Yep. Yeah, so I guess it was 50-50. I'm upset that we had to start with the Vivillon sweep, but it is what it is. Good game, SJ. I talked the most shit about Vivillon, and here we are. Here we are, right? So next up, we are gonna have Horus, who, let's see what we have here. Let me see. Let me find this paste. If I remember correctly, Horus is an Articuno. Yep. And he faced Zach. I'm actually excited to see this one. So we'll pull this one up. And we will go ahead and hop in here. So we will see Horus. If you want to send me your pace, by the way, feel free. If not, no pressure at all. We're gonna see Iron Valiant, Baxcalibur, Tauros, Paldea, Water, Houndstone, Hydreigon, an Alola Muck, and then on the other side we're gonna see Tinkaton, Cyclozar, Arcanine, Azelf, Palafin, and Spidops. So Spidops, I think it was brought because there is no removal on this side. I assume no removal on the whole team. That would make sense for Spidops, and he's probably just banded Palafin just to do the most damage possible. He has a really good switch in actually in Tauros, Paldea, Water. But other than that, not great switch-ins. Yeah, Vivillon, making sure I don't get much content to work with. I can't stand Vivillon. I talked the most shit about your Pokemon, SJ. I also don't like Hisui and Typhlosion. So obviously, Wincon on Zach's side is going to be just Palafin. Palafin does so much damage. Webs into Palafin is so good. Azelf, maybe he wants to get rocks up early with Azelf, or even potentially Tinkaton. Tinkaton's probably here. For the Iron Valiant, it's probably either Shuka or Air Balloon to deal with the Baxcalibur. We have Thundy, Zarude, and Ursaluna on the bench, which is crazy. I definitely see why he left Ursaluna on the bench. I think that definitely makes sense in this team. And you have Scizor and Toes' removal, but they didn't come. Wow, I'm shocked he brought Spidops then. I am shocked he brought Spidops then. So, yeah, I mean, Iron Valiant plus Baxcalibur just go crazy this game. I guess Arcanine's here for the Baxcalibur, but like, what are you doing in return? Tinkaton is extremely pressured. Iron Valiant, Baxcalibur, and Hydreigon. Yo, what's going on, Armenia? How you doing? What's up, Mr. Mag? Yeah, proving me wrong. So it looks like this team is just gonna overwhelm this team, because this team has Tinkaton for 3 Pokemon as the check, and it's gonna be rough. We're probably gonna see a lead Spidops, I can only assume. Yo, what's going on, Central? We actually see lead Palafin in a hard switch into Arcanine on the Hydreigon, and a Fire Blast comes out, not Flash Fire, Intimidate, obviously. Typhlosion, Avalok, and Vivillon. We're gonna see a play rough come out from the Tauros, Paldea, Water, and we are gonna see Rocky Helmet. That makes a lot of sense. Into Palafin, obviously a good bring. Wave Crash, 2 KOs the Spidops. I'm really shocked to see the hard Spidops with how much it looks like you value webs with this team. I'm very surprised to see that. Very surprised to see that. No Avalok sweep next week. No chance for an Avalok sweep. But I'm shocked to see that, because now this Pokemon gets 2-hit KO'd, and you are more than likely going to miss out on webs, right? You're actually going to save it, go into Toothless. You obviously know this isn't banded of any sort. It's at 50% now, which obviously is great for Palafin. Palafin in game is very possible, assuming we're banded, but we do still have to be careful of this guy right here. We go into a Alola Muck. We're gonna see a U-turn, big crit potentially. Palafin comes out. It's probably going to go into Tauros. Oh, Houndstone, a fluffy Houndstone. That's a pretty good switch in. And Rocky. So this is good prep. This is double intimidate / fluffy with Rocky Helmet. Just big fizz def bulk into Palafin. That's pretty good. No Thundy into this team is very crazy, actually. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking Terra Ice Thundy just destroyed you. Is that Max Fizz Def Spider? It might just be, man.
Somebody sign me.
Thank you so much, Thriller. Man, you really don't have to do this. You don't have to donate every single time. I promise you, man. I appreciate you so much. Oh my gosh. Thriller, thank you, dude. Thriller, if you want us to watch your game, we have one more game. We have Outsynced in queue, and I'll go ahead and throw your game up there. Thank you so much, Thriller. You literally, like, you might as well run this shit, man. I appreciate it so much. Words seriously cannot describe. That is insane. But we're gonna see the sticky webs up from the Spidops here. Finally, sticky webs are up. Gifted 5 John Jr. memberships as well. Thriller, holy shit, man. Thriller. I appreciate you more than you know, man. Holy shit. I don't know what I did to deserve this, dude. Genuinely. I appreciate it more than you know, man. I seriously do. I seriously do, man. You have no idea. You have no idea. Oh, and Horus just sent me the paste as well. So we'll take a look at Horus's paste real quick. No, thank you, Thriller. Like, I don't know what I do to deserve it, man. I appreciate you giving me your hard-earned money, man. I I could never thank you enough. Seriously, dude. Seriously. Congratulations to the 5 guys that got the members. I apparently need to get a gifted notification because I don't have one. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh.
Somebody sign me.
And it's gonna come up with all you guys' names. So thank you, Central, or thank you, Thriller, for donating to all these people. But shout out to Central for getting the membership. Who else do we have here? We have Lemonade, Mr. Mag.
Somebody sign me.
Yeah, there's Mr. Mag. We have Madhav, we have Horus, and then we have Dan. So shout out to you guys. Everybody, make sure you tell Thriller the things. He is awesome. He's the GOAT. He comes in here and does this shit. And it's just unreal how the support that Thriller has given me. It's actually unreal. I cannot believe it, man. I cannot believe it, Thriller. I appreciate you so much, man. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look at the pay. So we have a Specs Valiant here. We have a Boots Bax Caliber, so webs don't even matter. Rocky on these 2 Pokemon, obviously. Scarf Hydreigon, and then AV Alolan Muck. So
somebody sign me.
We're gonna go ahead and see the webs get up, which could be crucial, but only for the Iron Valiant, really. Orsphere is gonna come out, not gonna quite kill the Spidops. Spidops is gonna get big U-turn off. In comes Tinkaton. Tinkaton is so pressured, and just even this Orsphere, that's full Spadaf. That is max Spadaf. Might even be AV. But that damage puts it in range of an Earthquake from Bax Caliber, right? No doubt, no doubt. Because you can't, I don't think you're Shuka, right? You're either, I think you're AV based on how little that did. We're gonna knock off the Specs, so it's gonna do even less this following turn. We're actually going to see a Reflect. You know I'm a fan of random ass Pokemon throwing up a screen for no reason. And I'm a big fan of this display right here. We're going to see an Orsphere come out at 33% more and a special defense drop. A Play Rough is going to take that Pokemon out. I mean, the Bax Caliber in-game is just here, right? Like, down goes Tinkaton, and in comes Spidops. We Dragon Dance on this, right? No, we actually just take it out. I feel like if we Dragon Danced, the game might have been over. Intimidate Shuffle could have happened, but we are going to see Bax Caliber get another one here. And in comes Azelf. Yeah, that crit does suck because that was through a Reflect. Obviously, that crit was very unfortunate. Arcanite's going to come out here. Not kind of whack. No, we love a random screen. We love a random screen. In comes Tauros. Let me see. Maybe Nasty Plot instead of Agility, since webs are there, and Superpower instead of Focus Blast, so you don't have to risk a miss. Response instead of Agility, webs are there, Superpower instead of Focus Blast, so you don't have to risk a miss. I mean, you could go Nasty Plot instead of Agility. On what Pokemon are you talking about? Are you talking about on Iron Valiant? Iron Valiant doesn't get Plot, unless I'm mistaken. Oh, you also might be talking about Hydreigon, maybe? I'm not sure. What mon are you talking about, Armenia? But we're gonna see the Play Rough miss on the Tauros. That's actually massive. That is pretty crucial because now it's not in range of Palafin. Otherwise, it would have been. But actually, it might be in range of Palafin. Azelf is gonna take it out. It doesn't matter. Muck should wall this until the end of time. Cyclizar should come in. Yep, we should probably see this Cyclizar just attack what's in front of it and then try to clean up with Palafin. Yep, we're gonna see Dragon Claw. Down goes Bax Caliber. Oh no! Oh no! He's talking about Thundy. The screen in theory keeps Bax. Where did that chat go? Healthy enough to live a banded Jet Punch. Gotcha. Yep. No, that definitely didn't matter. In comes Hydreigon. Hydreigon probably just wins this game. It looks like Palafin with Houndstone plus Hydreigon should win the game, right? We see a knockoff come off here. I assume it's not banded anymore. Yeah, this game should be a wrap with Hydreigon. It is just a wrap with Scarf Dark Pulse. With Scarf Dark Pulse. Yeah, I understand. Bax was Boots. It was Boots. It wasn't taking the sticky webs. Oh, Thundy could win versus this. No, yeah, Thundy was really good into this team. I am very surprised to see no Thunderous, to be completely honest. In comes a little Muck. This, I mean, you just knock off and the game's over. You knock off, and then down goes this Palafin here. Down goes the Palafin, and that is going to be a good win from you, Horus. I mean, Hydreigon, excuse me, also had that in-game locked up. I mean, I think Zach's build if I had to give some critique, I just think Zach's build, quite simply, did not have enough. Like, Tinkaton was so pressured. Tinkaton was insanely pressured, right? Tinkaton was here for Iron Valiant, had Dragon, and potentially Baxcalibur. And if it wasn't Baxcalibur, then Arcanine was here for Bax. And that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because you can't do much to it. So I feel like maybe Arcanine should have been switched out for an offensive threat, like potentially Thundurus, or maybe even AV Ursaluna or something like that. Or Chopple Ursaluna potentially. Splash Plate kind of heat over Mystic Water. Had Dragon was built for Thundy. Gotcha. Was he Terra Ice potentially? Yeah, okay. Oh, I see your message. I'm so sorry. Had Dragon was built to live Terra Ice Thundy. Terra Ice from Thundy, and Muck was brought for the Thundy as well. It looks like your Muck doubled down as also an Ace Elf check, so that was pretty good. So we got Horus versus Zach up there, Horus versus Zach. And now we are going to have Outsynced, and then we are going to have Thriller's game. If anybody else wants to see their games thrown up in the queue, as always, please let me know down in the comments, in the live chat, man. We're in a live chat. Let me know in the comments as I pull up Nick's game, Outsynced's game. I think he's Moltres. Yes, and he played recently versus Mr. Mag. So we are going to pull this one up here. Didn't want to risk the Scarf Dracos. That's fair. That's fair. I think you could have won with Dark Pulse, no? Dude, of course. That's what I'm here for, man. I watch all of your guys' games. That's the whole point of this community league, to try to grow everybody up, make everybody a little bit better, everything like that. Nick requested this, so we're gonna switch to his side. And while I'm thinking about it, guys, obviously everybody saw Thriller just be amazing a little bit ago and donate 5 memberships, about $50. Did you know that there are channel memberships now for as low as $1 a month? You can support me directly, and I'm gonna be very transparent. Where the money goes, it goes either directly back into the channel. I pay Kurt for editing. Typically, if I do that, it goes to bills, or it goes to my newborn, which will actually be born this month. So if you want to support me directly, absolutely don't have to, but you can with a channel membership. Obviously, chien-pao is on screen right now with that. So if you are a member, thank you so much. If not, I appreciate you being here regardless. See ya, SJ. Have a good one, man. Can you help me get better? Jesse, you're a lost cause. I'll keep it a stack, man. It's tough to make somebody who's a lost cause get better. Let's see. Mr. Mag sent me his paste. Thank you, Mr. Mag. Nick, if you also want to send me your paste, you can. If not, again, completely fine. I completely understand. Oh, did you? Oh, no. He DM'd me. How? I don't know if I can show this because we have other DMs. Yeah, I'm not going to show it, but Nick sent me Smoochy. Congrats on the newborn. Thank you. Is the newborn John Jr. and Jr.? The newborn is a girl, and her name will be Jayla. But yeah, you guys see we got some emotes in the chat right now. Actually, I also just paid an artist for some emotes. You know what? While we're here, let's just take a look at what she's cooked up so far, because it's kind of gas. It is kind of gas. So let me pull this up over here and make sure you guys can see this. I gotta make it a little smaller. So I am only paying her for 5 emotes, so we only get 5 of these, but this is what we've got so far. These, so we only have 5. I'm thinking, so I asked for 2 chien-pao emotes, but she gave me 3 ideas. I'm thinking we get chien-pao and sad chien-pao, because this thing is just adorable. This is probably my favorite one. Obviously, we got the somebody sign me emote. This is going to be live Lanad reaction. We can spam when somebody makes a questionable play potentially. And then this one's going to be I'm him, and there's going to be like big lines all over it, and it's going to look really, really cool. So chien-pao, yes, we've got chien-pao. It's going to be really cool, guys. It's going to be really cool. I'm excited for them. They sent me some, there we go. They sent me this today, and I'm super excited. They're super easy to work with. Super fast. Love the sign here. Yeah, no, these are awesome. I'm so excited. I am so excited. We're going to go ahead and close that, though. And we'll go ahead and jump right into Nick and Mr. Mag's game. Let's go ahead and talk about Mr. Mag's pace. We have a Lumberry, Garchomp, Earthquake, Dragonclaw, Ironhead, and SD. We have Glue, the Glamora, with a Pyapa Berry for, I assume, Psychic on both Tauren as well as Iron Valiant, which is pretty cool, with Sludge Wave, Power Gem Spikes, and Earth Power. Waifu Bait, the Gardevoir, Wish 3 attacks. We have Scarf, Iron Jugulus with a Modest Nature. We have a Scarf Rotom Heat, double Scarfers, and then we are Lum on the Slitherwing as well. So that's awesome. That is awesome. So, looking at Nick's matchup here, I know he's Terra Water and Fairy on his Heatran, I think. Obviously, Terra Fairy is very good in this matchup if that is the case. We'll see what ends up happening though. I think Nick's in-game is probably Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant booster energy speed goes crazy into this team. So we'll see what ends up happening. He also lacks very good removal, but he did bring Toad Scroll because of Glamora, so that's a very good prep. So we'll see what happens here. Iron Jugulis versus Toad Scroll lead. Heatran, hard Heatran, still does a massive chunk to that Heatran, but we are going to see it's probably split def with the leftovers. We're going to see a Flash Cannon come out, and we're going to switch out on the Volt Switch into the Rotom. Does so much damage. Gardevoir is going to come in here. Heatran obviously is going to be the switch back in on this, and we might see, oh, the special attack drop kind of sucks. We might see the Terra Fairy now. I think, in my opinion, it's better to get the Terra Fairy out now based on what this team is, right? I think it's how much speed do we have on this how much speed do we have on this Glamora? So this Glamora is max speed timid, so it can definitely outspeed this Heatran. So maybe not. Maybe we're worried about it getting outsped. We'll see here. A Wish is going to come out. With Flash Cannon, we're going to waste the Babiri. Special defense drop. That's massive. Are we going to call the switch out? We are not. In comes Rotom Heat. Back up to full. We're probably going to go right back into maybe Toad Scroll here. We're actually going to stay in, which is fine. Garchomp comes in. Terra Blast. So, did we forget to Terra potentially? Or was that just a neutral play? Let me see. Let me think. Heatran. I guess that does the most damage to Rotom Heat, right? So maybe that was his thought process, was let's do the most damage to this Pokemon if it decides to stay in front of us. So I guess that makes sense. So we'll see the Volt Switch and then the Terra Blast. We're going to switch out into Slowbro. Slowbro should be able to take on this Garchomp. Yeah. Ice Beam comes out. Critical hit. That kind of sucks on the Slitherwing. First impression, potentially. No, but I like the potential Protect for that. I assume we're probably leftovers to take advantage of Protect as well. Heatran's going to come in on the Leech Life. And does this not blow this back? That was a crazy switch, actually. That was actually a crazy switch, because if he simply clicked Close Combat there, calling the switch out, or maybe, I mean, I guess Close Combat was never the play, right? Because you have a Tornadus that pretty much switches in on this always. So I guess the only real downside was U-turn. So I guess it wasn't as crazy as I'm saying it was. So we're going to see Leech Life come out. And I assume we Terra Fairy now? No, we Magma Storm. Nick is holding on to his Terra, but you can tell by the way he didn't Terra Water Terra Blast the Rotom, he's got to be the other type, and I assume it's Fairy. But we're gonna see Magma Storm do massive damage to this Rotom. Thunder is gonna come out and miss. Terra Blast is gonna come out, do massive damage to that Pokemon. Down goes that. In comes Rotom Wash on the Iron Jugulis. Big switch from Nick. I assume Volt Switch. Hydro. That does so much damage. Oh my goodness. Nick must be special attack invested. As we see a Shadow Ball. Interesting. I'm actually curious why he Shadow Ball. Was there something on your team, Mr. Mag, that Shadow Ball covered, or was it just Gardevoir? Maybe just a 100% accurate move, just in case he... I'm not sure, actually. We'll see Slitherwing come in here, and we're going to see Protect as the Leech Life comes out. So he is packing Protect on the boys for the first impression. Leech Life going to come out again, trying to fish for a Flame Body here. Hi, Aurora. What's going on? You gonna wake up early tomorrow? That is fine. Thank you so much for coming to say hi. Magma Storm is going to come off on the Garchomp. That's going to do massive damage. So Magma Storm Protect, I assume maybe last move. The Dragon Claw comes out. Slowbro, that does so much damage. He actually would have 2-hit KO'd with the +2, but probably died to the Ice Beam. In comes Slitherwing. Another Protect comes out. Bulk up on the Protect. Fantastic play. And now you might Close Combat on the Heatran, right? No! Heatran comes in. We Leech Life that off. It might just be time to Close Combat. You're scared to miss? That's fair, I guess. You could have also just Volt Switched, right? Or Thunderbolted, whatever you might have had. If you had it, you might also just not have it. Magma Storm's going to come out on the Glamora and do so. This Heatran is doing way too much. Way too much. It is actually Terra Water. Whoa! It is Terra Water. I'm stuck in the airport so I can watch this for a bit. Yo, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Where are you going? I mean, I guess you probably don't want to say it. It's fine. But Flash Cannon going to take out the Glamora. First impression does come out, do massive damage to the Heatran. Kind of a big miss on that Slitherwing, unfortunately. Leech Life comes out and is going to take out the Heatran. So we go Tauren now. Yeah, we go Tauren. Terra Flying. We are going to do massive damage. Unfortunately, not enough from the Slitherwing, as Tauren looks to be in prime position. Tauren plus Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash looks like it might just solo here. Rotom Wash looks like it might just solo here. Let's see. In comes Bro just to be safe. Slowbro should take out this Pokemon. Rotom Wash probably gets 2-hit KO'd by a Dark Pulse. Yeah, it is. But then Iron Valiant should be able to clean up the game, right? Booster energy. Yeah. Yep. So good game to Nick. He played to his in-game Iron Valiant pretty well there. That is, so we now have a game from each division. Outsync versus Mr. Mag. And then next up, we do have Thriller's game. I believe Thriller is in Moltres, if I remember correctly. Let me pull it up. If you guys want to go ahead and queue your games up, go ahead and let me know. Throw them in the chat, and we will check them out. Here we go. Here's Thriller's game. Go ahead and check them out in the chat, and we will queue them up, because this is the last one that we have in queue. Otherwise, I'm going to start picking them at random. How was your vacation? Was it a good vacation? Where'd you go? So Thriller's team, he has Iron Shreds, Excalibur, Toxtricity, Zarude, Enamorous, T, and Quaquaval. This is a very scary looking team. Yeah, we can do yours next, Dan. Throwing that in the queue. And then we have Volcarona, Bronzong, Lando I, Lycanroc, Hydreigon, and Dachsbun. Dachsbun, obviously a pretty good answer for Baxcalibur, as we've come to find out. Dachsbun actually does really well into this matchup. It does good against Bax, it does good against Zarude, it does good against Quaquaval. Just great Fizz depth on this Pokemon. This is a great Fizz depth Pokemon. A Charm Wish Dachsbun with Play Rough looks like it does very good here. Toxtricity, however, looks like it goes absolutely insane once there's any amount of Bronzong chip. You're gonna love and hate the game at the same time. I'm interested. We'll jump in here. It looks like Thriller's in-game should probably beat Toxtricity. Obviously, I don't know what set he ended up bringing. But we'll see. We'll just jump in here. We see Toxtricity against Lycanroc. Lanad on the overdrive. And the U-turn. Oh, I assume we were Sash then, right? I assume we were Sash. Yeah, because not fearing the drill run. I assume we are Sash here. So overdrive's gonna come out. We're probably gonna throw up a massive boom burst here. Oh, a shift gear? Hold up. Are we throat spray? If we overdrive on this and it doesn't have earthquake, the game might be lost, right? Overdrive. 50 throat spray. He doesn't have earthquake. Okay, he does have earthquake. So down goes the Toxtricity. Enamorous is gonna come in. Lanad, agility in AMT. That's kind of crazy. Sludge Bomb's gonna come out. We are gonna be Kebia. No Sash, no fear. No fear then. Sludge Bomb's gonna come out and it is going to do massive damage. And finally the EMT goes down. Lanad finally gets a kill. Let's go, baby. In comes Quaquaval. Aqua Step. That does so much damage. Is this banded? Is this banded, Thriller? That does so much damage. Swords Dance. Never mind. Please don't tell me Quaquaval sweeps here. Aqua Step. So now we're +2/+2. We essentially have 2 Dragon Dances up. Oh no, we're +3/+2. The game's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Thriller just swept him with Quaquaval. And he called the close combat. He called the Terra play. Fantastic play, Thriller. The game should be over. Yeah, no Flame Body. Obviously, it's only 30%, but it is what it is. You still have pieces to win the game, even if you did get Flame Bodied. And you might have even just still won with Quaquaval, man, because you were at max attack. So, yeah, wow. Oh, it was Mystic Water. Mystic Water. Gotcha. No, that was saucy, Thriller. That was fantastic. Great play on the Quaquaval. Quaquaval did very good in this matchup, too. Great play there. Let me write that down. That was Thriller versus Collies. And then our next game is going to be Dan. Oh, I'm sorry, Collies. I just saw your DM, man. I just saw the paste. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. We can talk about it, though. We can talk about what you had. Before we move on to Dan here. Let's see. We had Bug Buzz, Quiver Dance, Terra Blast, Psychic on the Volcarona. Lagging Tail, Trick, 3 attack on the Bronzong. We had AV Lanad. We had Choice Banded, Lycanroc Dusk. We had Sussy Baka, the Hydreigon, the Scarf. And then Wish, Play Rough, Crunch, and Baton Pass on the Dachsbun. So, you do not like your matchup? That's completely fair. Thriller has a very good team. So that is completely fair. Let me go ahead and find Dan's game really quickly. I believe he's in Zapdos, if I recall correctly. Let me see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're an Articuno, actually. That sounds more right. No, found it. There we go. My mistake. Dan versus Leo. Again, if you guys do want me to go ahead and queue up your game or queue up anybody else's game that you enjoyed this week, go ahead and let me know, and we will throw it in the queue because this is the last one that we have in the queue. Excuse me. So jumping in here, Dan, if you want to send me your pace, you can. If not, no worries. Handled backs super well, just not Quack or Azo. That's completely fair. That is completely fair. Quack had a very good matchup there for sure. We see a Spathra, Hoop Unbound, Hisuian Lilligant, Zapdos, Klefki, and Heatran. This is a scary looking squad. Did you make transactions, Dan? Because I don't remember this team existing. Unless I'm mistaken. Paste if you want to check it out for the game. If you post it in chat, I think YouTube automatically blocks links. So you'll have to DM it to me on Discord. Umbreon goes hard here. Unfortunately, it does. And I hate it for these two Pokemon in specific. Unfortunately, Umbreon is necessary. And I hate saying that because I think Umbreon is a dog shit useless Pokemon. Especially this gen where it doesn't have Toxic or it doesn't have Aurora. I really don't like Umbreon. But Lilligant also goes insane here if Corviknight gets any amount of chip. And you rank me 43rd, still 5 reactions. Maybe I just didn't see these 6 immediately. I mean, there's obviously probably flaws, but I'm not gonna say that these 6 are bad because these 6 are very good. And obviously they probably had a good matchup. I mean, Zapdos is really good. It just looks like you have a really good matchup. And the only thing that it looks like you might have trouble with potentially is Haxorus, right? If Haxorus gets a DD up, but I mean, Klefki should keep that in check pretty easily. If Gothitelle traps something vital to you, like Hisuian Lilligant potentially, that looks like the only thing really that it could threaten with a trap. Even maybe Klefki, excuse me, who might be Shed Shell. It looks like maybe that could get out of hand, but it looks like you should handle this pretty well. I like your matchup. Mountay has a word to say about your Umbreon hate. I love Mountay. Oh, there's a physical answers. My grass gets Oko by Brave. That's completely fair. Mountay Umbreon. Yeah, no, I haven't watched his week 2 yet for BBR. That's been on the list, but I've been very busy the past couple days. I love Mountay's videos. Mountay, my beloved. No, I love Mountay for sure. But we'll go ahead and jump in here. We see Espathra versus the Gothitelle. We're gonna go ahead and Calm Mind immediately, and we do see a good trick, very good trick. Wait. Oh, we got the Mirror Herb, and we are choice specs. Got it. But now, I mean, we just lock. We're Psychic. We just lock Sword Power, right? And we do massive damage to this, and then Umbreon probably comes in, I would assume. Oh no, we're U-turn. What? Why are we Calm Mind U-turn? Why are we Calm Mind U-turn, Dan? What's going on, man? Just for Gothitelle, potentially? We see Hoopa come in. Hoopa should do massive damage to this, right? Oh, actually, so that's banded. That did 68% to the Garganacl, whatever. That's massive, and it's gonna take it out here. Holy crap, Umbreon has to come in. Oh no, Corviknight comes in. I mean, that's also fair. U-turn could come out. Yeah, 39% to the Espathra. Hax comes in. This mon could get out of hand, but I think Klefki should be able to take care of it. We're see a double on the Stored Power. Goth beats a 1v1, yeah, just for Goth. Gotcha. Shed Shell Espathra. Well, no, we were tricked anyway. Umbreon's gonna come in here. Trick Goth is also really cool to trick potential Shed Shells too. People don't even think about that on the switch-ins, maybe potentially. I don't know. I mean, obviously you're probably gonna switch out so it never comes into play, but yo, what's going on with Walt? Can we get some H's in chat for Walt? Zapdos gonna go for a U-turn on this Pokemon, and Hoopa comes in. We're now banded, and now we're no item. That's fine. We knock off Umbreon's leftovers. Lilligant comes in on this every single time because Umbreon is dog shit useless. Victory Dance comes out here. Do you Oko this Pokemon? Does this get X Scissor potentially? If this gets X Scissor, the game's over, right? We'll see. Grass type or Ghost type. Oh no! Oh no! He lived on 1. Sideblade doesn't take it out. I think that's a wrap. Unless he's got a Rocky helmet in the back, I think that's wraps. Oh, first impression. Never mind. No, we're not first impression. Holy moly. The game is just over. Unless we're Rocky here. No, we're leftovers. Never mind. That could also be a factor in the game not being over. Hoopa's gonna come in. Hoopa should just win, right? Oh, we're not banded. I forgot. We're not banded. That's not a 2-hit KO anymore. Drain Punch. Umbreon is dog shit, guys. Do not draft Umbreon. I'm telling you. I'm telling you guys. Do not draft Umbreon. And I mean, the game is put away. These two Pokemon can never win the game. Whether it's Zapdos or not, yeah, Heatran, yeah, the game's over. The game's a wrap. That was very well played. Very well played for sure. Yeah, no, hustle was the out there for sure. I think you did very good positioning with the Ligand, Dan. I think you had very great positioning. It's unfortunate that you missed because you definitely did clean that one up. I don't see any Rocky helmets. Like, that one was a wrap because there was no first impression on Haxorus. That one was a wrap. And we'll throw that in. So we've watched 5 games so far. We have 21 today, so we're gonna watch 6 more, and then we're going to call it a half. So let me go ahead and just pick somebody out here. Let's see. You know what? I see Trey. Trey's not here. Trey can't make it tonight. He let me know, but we're gonna go ahead and throw his game up. He is in Articuno, so let me write that down. Articuno Trey versus Bic. And again, if anybody wants to throw their game in the queue, just let me know. Yeah, Quillfish is, but I mean, Quillfish was probably taken. We saw it earlier, right? So maybe. Week 2, John was trashing on Blissey, and I was trashing on, dude, Umbreon and Blissey. So, all right. So obviously, if you're a ladder player, you don't think Umbreon and Blissey are bad because they're probably better in ladder, right? Specifically, Blissey is a lot better in ladder. In draft, both of those Pokemon are dog shit, like completely useless. So many Pokemon can take advantage of them, especially in an offensive meta like this. You should, unless you absolutely have to, like, there's very, like, they can be used, they can be useful, but like Blissey was so much better when it had teleport. Now I think it's just completely useless. It lost something else too, didn't it? It lost Wish. No, Blissey is shit this generation. This is probably the worst Blissey's ever been. Yo, what's going on, Trey? Trey, I was literally actually just about to watch yours. I was literally about to watch yours. That's fantastic that you popped up. That's fantastic. No, Blissey's awful, and Umbreon's also awful. The move Taunt exists. I could talk about that for hours, but we're gonna go ahead and see Trey versus Bic here. We have why do we have a camera up on purpose? There's no Tapu Koko to wall. Is that here to wall the Magneton? Offensively incapable Pokemon are very hard to work with in draft. Trey for mod pitcher because I throw so much. What's going on, Trey? Thank you so much for the $2, man. I really appreciate it. We see. So this is actually one of the games that I caught live. It was a pretty good game. Annihilate Staraptor, Ironmoth, Magneton, Donphan, and Braviary Hisui. We'll go ahead and hop in here. We end up seeing Annihilate and Farigiraf, the Giraffe, U-turn, and we actually see Rocky from the Just a Whittle guy. So that is something to keep in mind. That had to be the check to Annihilate potentially. I mean, it took 40 from a U-turn, so I can't imagine it didn't take that much from a. I imagine a Taunt bulk up Annihilate probably beat it, no? Because this is Terra, right? Are we not Terra Annihilate? We might be Terra Ironmoth. I might be talking out my ass. That is fine, Trey. That's absolutely fine. We're gonna see Protect. So Future Sight, Protect, Wish. Last move. Volt Switch, and we are going to throw up a Wish. Donphan, choose that Future Sight through the light screen. We're going to see Quaquaval Volt come in. I am very shocked that we did not go for the Protect there to keep the Farigiraf healthy, assuming it was important for not letting Annihilate potentially, like, because you saw a U-turn, you would assume Scarf. I'm shocked we didn't Protect there to keep Farigiraf healthy to prevent a Rage Fist from being locked in. We are Terra Ape. Okay. Yeah. So I think it. Anyway, Stealth Rock's gonna come up. We see Quaquaval come in just hard. Don't take that out of contest. Again, thank you for $2, Trey. We're gonna see some back and forth here as Quaquaval is gonna get 2 times speed on the Staraptor, and that has to be banded. That has to be a banded quick attack. That has to be a banded quick attack to do 12% of that Pokemon. That has to be. Right? Down goes Quaquaval, in comes Golden Go. Yeah, I'm assuming this came in because he knew this was banded. Obviously, it walls it anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. What do we get? Probably a free Shadow Ball here, potential Specs. Oh yeah, and that's a 2-hit KO. That might be Specs, but I'm not 100% sure because Magneton's pretty weak. It might have just not been Eviolite. And now, see, this is where Wishing definitely sucks, is now our Whittle guy unfortunately has to go down here. Good night, Whittle guy. Good night, Whittle guy. As we are Terra Water, in comes the camera up. I can only assume that the camera up lives 1 earthquake at least, and that's why it came in, and it's going to potentially throw off a Willow here. So good switch from Trey there. We actually see a Yan. So earthquake might have been, I mean, obviously didn't know, but earthquake is going to pressure to a KO on the camel, but unfortunately Donphan is going to go down here to the Lava Plume, and we go Braviary Hisui. Gabe Vincent, rest in power. Esper Wing crit is going to do 52%. And we're actually going to see Scarf. Scarf, not Specs from the Golden Go. So that just means this thing was not Eviolite, I assume. Now we're +1/+1/+1, but we do die to the next Shadow Ball, unfortunately. And Staraptor's going to come in. And because that was locked into Shadow Ball. I mean, I guess, yeah, we could have went hard Staraptor to save a potential, just save a sack piece, I guess, but ultimately it looks like it probably isn't gonna matter. I mean, the sack piece could have been nice for the Chi-Yu, but ultimately it probably doesn't matter. Cameron's gonna come in here. Cameron's gonna go down to the double edge from the Staraptor. In comes Goldingo again, right? And we click Shadow Ball, and we go in this little circle. Iron Moth. Ooh, good, great read from Big there. Great read from the side shot, because this would have definitely lived 2 Scarf Shadow Balls there. 100%. 100%. Side Shock's gonna take out the Iron Moth there as Annihilate comes in, and we just lock Earthquake and win the game, no? Unless this is Specs, but he actually went hard Chi-Yu and he was Boots. And it actually lives on a roll. What is that roll? Hold on. Annihilate. What is the roll that we're looking at with that? It's actually funny because the last calc that we looked at was also that. So Earthquake, if let's just assume max attack, no defensive investment, that looks like it was a 75% chance to Oko. And if that kill happened, I can only assume Scarf Annihilate at this point. It looks like the game would have been over. S tier nicknames on both ends for sure. Fish Button is a good one. How much do you hate my team's nicknames? What were your team's nicknames? Were you the Sussy Baka team? Was that what your team was? Magneton was Eviolite, but it was max HP, max special attack. Gotcha. Pacers are cooking this offseason. As an Indiana resident, I'm not a Pacers fan, but they are cooking. My buddy Obo is a big Pacers guy. So yeah, the game's over. The Scarf Annihilate should clean up, right? Down goes this Pokemon, and then down goes Goldingo. Yeah. So great job. You finally used Annihilate. Let's go. Annihilate got some kills. Let's go. Let's go. You still went Staraptor for sure. It is what it is. Like it didn't ultimately matter, but yeah. Didn't think offensive ape would. Big just DM'd me his pace and said didn't think offensive ape would show up. I thought it would be split out. That is completely fair as well. Let's see here. Let's see what Big's pace is. I'm curious what the Farigiraf set was. What the last move was here. If my paste will load, which it looks like it might not. It looks like it might not. So if anybody else wants any of their games on screen right now, go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to pick one at random. Also, Trey, since you're here, man, look at this. We got some emotes in the works. These are the emotes that we currently have. I'm probably only getting these 5, not the chien-pao Happy, because I only paid for 5. And it's between chien-pao and chien-pao Happy. And I'm thinking chien-pao is the way to go. Abe with 4 kills is #1 in the KD now? Is it really? That does not sound right. That does not sound right. Let me try opening Big's pace one more time. It looks like it was... Oh, here we go. So Big was a full Spadef camera up for the Iron Moth. That makes sense, actually. Boots, Chi-Yu, Terra Fairy. He was Deagling last slot on the Farigiraf. I guess probably to cover you not Terraing? Or was there a Pokemon? No, never mind. That doesn't make sense. Probably to do damage while not getting walled by a potential dark type that you had in the back. We were Scarf Goldingo, obviously. We knew that for attack, life, for toxicity. And then SD Taunt Quackleval. That could have gotten out of hand very quickly. Very, very quickly. You sent your pace as well, Trey. Let me see if I can load this up. Yep, here we go. We have, yep, Scarf Adamant, Annihilate, Banded, Staraptor, Black Sludge on the Iron Moth. Magneton wasn't EVO. We had Rocky Helmet on the Donphan helping out versus that Quackleval, Max Fizz Def. Not AV. What hit did you take that made me think you were AV? Oh, it was through the light screen. I forgot about that. I thought from this hit, I thought you were AV, and then I completely forgot you threw rocks up. And then Colbert gave Vincent. So Ape is #1, Spectre and Enam are tied for #2. All right. We got a battle going on. It was on mobile as well, so I couldn't really scout any real calcs or anything, but it was a good game to say at least. No, it was a close one. It really was close. It was a really good one. So let me just throw up here. Not that. Another game. Let me pick one here. Let's see. I want to see Corey's game. I want to see Lego. Has Lego played? Yes, Spider versus Lego. I want to see this game because I saw there was some controversy about it. Some people were talking about he tarot at an improper time and he knew it and he misclicked or something like that, something along the lines of that. I accidentally just opened Photoshop, which might be the worst possible thing I could have done. That might have been the worst. Oh, hold on. I gotta pull up the stream starting soon because it'll pull up some projects, some graphics I've been working on for projects. Give me 1 second to close that out. There we go. Okay. You can't see those yet, guys. You can't see those yet. Yeah, of course, Trey. Thanks for tuning in, man, and for the constant support. Can we do my game versus Mountain Man next? Yes, we can actually do your game, and then we'll do Lego's game. When will you watch my game? Whenever you stop hating Pokemon and take over a team. Articuno replays. Let's see here. I think it was Articuno, wasn't it? Or no? Yeah, Mountain Man versus Lemonade. Here we go. Mountain Man versus Lemonade. Yo, what's going on, Harry? How you doing? Photoshop open your stream will crash. Average Adobe product. Very true. But yeah, go ahead and send me those pastes there, Lemonade, and we will load this one up. Let's see. So never, exactly, Jesse. So we see Spectrier, Hisui, Samurott, Arcanine, Hisui, Salamence, Hippowdon, and Hisuian Decidueye. A whole lot of Hisuian Pokemon versus Enamorous, Walking Wake, Moltres, Galar, Great Tusk, Cerulege, and Gudra, Hisui. I assume this is a Sun team, and we're not seeing any Sun. Walking Wake without Sun into this matchup is very interesting because I feel like in Sun, just plus special attack boosting nature with a Scarf or vice versa, speed boosting with Specs probably would be better here. It just goes crazy, man. Goes crazy. I played this early, so it's a bad game. That is fair. Let's see. Mountain Man's team, my team. Let me see here. I'm not watching your game on stream, Jesse, unless you pay. Unless if you donate $5, I'll watch it at the end of this stream. I'm watching Zepla HQ, MTQ Capture, Arthur Savix. I don't know any of these names. YouTube recommends me your streams. Well, that's awesome. I appreciate YouTube recommended me. It was Sun and no Sun caught me off guard. No Sun is crazy for this. No Sun is crazy for this matchup. I agree. That actually catches me off guard as well. We're Spell Tag on the Spectre. We're AV on the Samurott. We are Bandit on the Arcanine. We are Scarf on the Earhart, Salamence. Leftovers on the Hippo. I want you to know, by the way, Lemonade, your Hippo nickname. So I named my Hippo Gobi because I named it that as a kid because it's like a desert or whatever, and it's like one of my few names that have significance that aren't like sneaky, right? Your Hippo nickname makes me laugh so hard every single time that I have very much contemplated changing my Hippowdon's nickname to Hippo in WPF and shouting you out because of it, because I think it is so fucking funny. And then we have Decidueye. Didn't you drop WPF? Oh yeah, Jesse did drop WPF. I had an internship in it, and it was back in design guidelines work, and the person next to me always looked when I loaded up Photoshop and Illustrator on my 4-year-old MacBook Air. Yep, I misclick Photoshop so often it's not even funny. So what did I adamant boost on the Hisui Decidueye, disappointment. And then we have me Hardy, the Enamorous, and we are Draining Kiss, Earth Power, Calm Mind, and Imprison. Very cool. What is the Imprison for? Calm Mind on the Spectrier potentially? Probably. That's pretty cool. Oh, Draining Kiss on the Spectrier. Probably, yeah? I would assume. We have the Kraken, Walking Wake, who is Specs. We have the Galarian Moltres, who is Snarl, Air Slash, Payback, and Resto Chesto. Lumberry on the Great Tusk. We have a Binding Band, Fire Spin, Disable, Clear Smog, Bitterblade, Cerulege. That is the most heat Cerulege I've ever seen. Will it work? I don't know. And then Curse Counter, Dual Stab on the Gudra. Hibbo. You do it for woman again, then go ahead and Gobi if you want. I might have to do that. My Volcarona is Dong. I don't think I'm gonna name my Volcarona Dong. I'm gonna keep it a stack. It was for your ENAMT. Oh, you had an ENAMT. Gotcha. So we'll go ahead and jump in here. It looks like the win con was Nasty Plot, Spell Tag, Spectrier on your end, and then on the other end it looks like it was it looks like the indie game's probably gonna be Enamorous if I had to guess. Cerulege does kind of cook here. We'll see what Cerulege does. Uh-oh, not a great lead. Hydro Pump, down goes Hippo. No, Hippo, I love you, Hippo. No, I mean, you didn't really have a switch in, right? Like maybe Hisui and Samurai could have taken two, maybe, but it was Specs. Yeah, I mean, good night, Hippo. You served us well. Yeah, Samurai Hisuian is going to come in now. Ceaseless Edge, we're going to get some spikes up. Rapid Spin's probably going to come off. Oh, Body Press comes off. No! Samurai! No, all of our Pokemon are leaving. Psychic, unfortunately, Moltres is going to come in on that. Arcanine's going to come in. Arcanine should just, like, claim a KO here, right? Straight up. I mean, Great Tusk exists. Oh, you get cooked by the Ceruledge set? I'm excited to see it work. I'm excited to see it work here. Great Tusk, yeah, Great Tusk comes in. Flare Blitz potentially. Close Combat, actually a 2-hit KO. But we're gonna see the Enamor switch in here, as we're probably gonna switch in. We might have to sack this. No, we go to Decidueye. I've never seen that shiny before. That's a fire shiny, by the way. Draining Kiss actually. Oh, you got a crit on the first one. That is definitely unfortunate. Oh no, not the cute charm. In comes Salamence here, and Terra Fairy on Enam. Good call. I mean, it was a fairy type anyway. You didn't call anything. Never mind. Good flinch. How about that? How about that? Good flinch. Guja's going to come in here on the Salamence. In comes Decidueye. We are going to sack that Pokemon off. Probably go into Spectrier. Arcanine. Arcanine probably claims a KO with Close Combat. Good switch into the Ceruledge. Does the Ceruledge start cooking now? Fire Spin, Binding, Band. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Draco. Not wow. Ceruledge has so much more Spadef than I ever give it credit for, and now this is just gonna beat down this struggling Salamence. Oh man. Oh man. Were we last move Sneak potentially? I forget. No, doesn't look like we were. Does not look like we were. No, that was awesome. That took out a Pokemon. It worked. That's really cool. It worked on the Pokemon that he knew with Scarf. He played it very well. Moltres gonna come out here. And now Hisuian Arcanine should claim a KO with Close Combat. Flare Blitz. Alright, good night. Good night. Oh no, Spectrier! I feel like our only chance to ever win the game was to sack Arcanine and then go Spectrier and plot on the switch and play for a choke, right? I mean, obviously I don't think it was happening regardless. We give him a little smooch. And then we go Arcanine. Can Arcanine claim a KO? Terra Normal E-Speed. We do bring it down to a 3-0. Fantastic. In comes Moltres. I'm gonna be honest, it probably... Wow. 60... How much percent? 67. Oh, he wanted the special attack boost. Gotcha. 72. I underrated Hisuian Arcanine a lot. You live Hydro Steam, not Pump, and no switches. Gotcha. Rib Hippo. Yeah, I mean, it looks like you had a pretty poor matchup. That was a good game, though. It looks like you had a pretty poor matchup. There's a fire Ceruledge. There's an amazing Ceruledge set. There. Let me see here. Let me write down that we watched that one. Lego, and then we will go to Legos next. So yeah, that was a good game, for sure. I don't put Gmo into Berserk, live a hit, and then clean up. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. A Lego versus Spiders, the next one we're gonna watch. I'm gonna watch from Lego's side because again, I heard there was some controversy about this game, about maybe he teared at the wrong moment or something. We are about halfway through. We have 2 more games till we're halfway through. We're gonna watch this one and then we're gonna watch mine unless anybody else wants their game to be queued up. If you want your game to be queued up, let me know and we'll throw it on. We have Roaring Moon, Screamtail, Cinderace, a Dondozo, a Heracross, and a Corviknight versus Amoonguss, Tinglu, Chi-Yu, Electros, Lucario, and Inteleon. So I can only assume Corey's WinCon here is Roaring Moon, and to get to this point to where we win with Roaring Moon, we have to chip Tinglu. Because Tinglu is the only thing, I think we're Terra Flying, I would assume we're Terra Flying, that likes taking hits from a +1 Terra Flying Roaring Moon, because Crunch is going to destroy Electros. I mean, we need a little bit of chip on Electros probably, but like Aqua is going to destroy this and this and this, and this is simply just Tinglu. So it's a matter of how do we chip down the Tinglu. We have Corviknight for defog to prevent the hazards, and then from this end, I assume Roaring Moon is also the best Chi-Yu check in the game, if this is not Terra Fairy, by the way. But I assume the WinCon on this end is Lucario, because Lucario does go absolutely crazy. We're going to have something for the Dondozo, which Amoonguss can do very well. But those are my initial thoughts. Man, I gotta get into JJDL Season 2. I'm just too bad at the game. Hey man, it's for everybody. It's for new people. New and old people alike, man. As long as you're part of the community. It's primarily new people this season, actually, from what I know. Yo, thank you so much, Flum, for the $5. I appreciate that. I finally won this week, so would love for you to watch mine. Yeah, we will throw yours up right after this one then. Let me go get that. If I remember correctly, you are in Moltres. Yep. We will throw this one on right after we finish the current one. Thank you so much for the $5 dono. It really does mean the world. It's loading, so we'll join it whenever.
Somebody
But yeah,
sign me.
yeah. Again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I need to add text to speech. I think I need to look into that. Yeah, let's get some woos in the chat for Flum. I agree. Let's get some chien-paos very soon. Very soon. Very soon. But yeah, we'll go ahead and see here. I do think it's gonna be Roaring Moon and Lucario in game. Screamtail's gonna be led probably Rocks turn 1. So yeah, we're immediately going for the Roaring Moon in game. Baton Pass into the Heracross. No Discharge Para. Unfortunately, a pretty massive miss on that Mega Horn, because if that eel got chipped, it was definitely in range of a Roaring Moon hit, right? It was 100% in range of a Roaring Moon hit, so that's definitely unfortunate. 5 Sterling. Yes, my mistake. Thank you for the 5 Sterling. Yeah, no, I love all the positive support I'm seeing in the chat, guys. This makes me very happy to see such a supportive community. Yeah, Central, again, man, if you ever want to just hop in, I promise you, man, I mean, this would be a great place to start. This would be a great place to start. Everybody's super supportive. Everybody's pretty new, man, and everybody starts somewhere. And I'm not going to roast you too hard when you lose. So it's a pretty good starting point, I would say. But we're going to go ahead and see. Like I said, that Mega Horn miss was definitely unfortunate. Roaring Moon was definitely in range after that. In comes Screamtail on the Inteleon. Inteleon's probably not specs based on that damage, but I can't say for sure. Amoonguss comes in, Baton Pass into the Heracross. Cannot get Sport. Fantastic play on Corey's end. Fantastic, or Lego. I've been calling him Corey. Lego. Foul play. Ooh, big foul play on the Swords Dance, and it's probably clean. No! Whoa! Are we not in-game Lucario? Oh no, we're throwing away our Lucario. Maybe we're not in-game Lucario. Maybe we're in-game Chi-Yu then. Yo, have a good one, Central, man. I really appreciate you coming by. I appreciate your continued support. Let me know if the pace I sent you works. Let me see here. No, it does not look like that one works. It does not look like that one works. So I assume, oh my goodness, guys, a +2 Facade just killed Lucario from full. Wow. I assume we're gonna see, so Inteleon's gonna come in here. So Chi-Yu's gotta be the in-game then. I'm very curious what our Chi-Yu set is then. We have to go Amoonguss on the Dozo. Dozo is super annoying, but as long as it doesn't, it might be Yon Rest Talk potentially. We see Ting Lu coming on this double into Screamtail here. Screamtail's gonna get a wish off probably. I mean, Screamtail can just wish into Dondozo forever. We see Whirlwind. That could get annoying, but at least it catches the wish. Fantastic. So another spike's gonna come up here. We're gonna throw up a Yon. I mean, we just go, so in comes Corviknight. We just go Corviknight on the Amoonguss there. Corviknight on the Amoonguss there. We're gonna throw off a taunt. We're gonna get a defog off because spikes can be super annoying. No defog. Oh no. Oh, Roaring Moon, are we going for game right now? Is everything in range? Ting Lu is not in range. We're gonna Terra, oh, we're Terra Steel. Are we banded? How much is this gonna do? 32%. We're not banded. We're not boost either, and we're not booster. I'm very curious what our item is then. In comes Chi-Yu on the Screamtail. This shouldn't Oko. No. And we're gonna Baton Pass. Oh my goodness. If we would have wished there, we would have been in such a good spot. I'm also very interested to see the Chi-Yu come out there. We saw the Chi-Yu was probably Scarf, right? Because we saw pointed stones dig into it. Yeah, we saw it take Stealth Rock damage, so this is probably a Scarf Chi-Yu. So yeah, I don't know why we didn't wish there potentially, because also I'm pretty sure you lived a Specs hit from that range as well, and if not, you could go Dozo following up. We're gonna see a low sweep come off from the Cinderace on the Amoonguss, assuming that the Ting Lu is gonna come in a big Pyro Ball as a Giga Drain comes out. I'm actually shocked to see no Sport, but maybe just predicting the Heracross coming in, Spikes plus Giga Drain could have potentially taken out the Heracross. Eel's gonna come back in, gonna go down to a Pyro Ball here, and Inteleon's gonna come in and claim one, I assume. No, Dozo comes out. This is, I don't see how from this position Corey loses. So I assume the incorrect Terra was because now it doesn't check Chi-Yu ever, right? So unless Chi-Yu in game is really here, which maybe it is with the Screamtail, right? Right? We see the third spike get up. We're gonna see a Yon come off here. I assume we go, so we go Amoonguss. Do we go Corv? We go Heracross. So we want a KO, is what we just said. Down goes Amoonguss. Chi-Yu's gonna come in, right? Inteleon's gonna come in. Yeah, no rocks. No rocks on Chi-Yu. That makes sense. Down goes that Pokemon. In comes Ting Lu. I mean, Corviknight just comes in on this. And now we potentially see a defog. We're gonna see Taunt actually. So no Whirlwind. Oh, but Ruination comes out here. We see a U-turn into Dozo. Uh-oh. I actually don't agree with that because I think... No, I heavily disagree with that because now your Dozo's in range of Chiyu. You actually have a chance to lose the game now to a Scarf Chiyu. Now that you let Dozo take this chip. I think that we should have maybe sacked Screamtail and went into Cinderace and get damage and let Cinderace plus Roaring Moon take it out. Or if this is body press, we should have just body pressed. I don't think U-turn was ever the play there because now Dozo is in range, especially if you leave it in here. Wow, he switches out. Body press is gonna kill the Inteleon. Does Chiyu win now though? Ting Lu is gonna come back out here. Body press is gonna come off, do no damage at all, and Whirlwind's gonna come out, and Roaring Moon comes in. I think the in game for Chiyu is here because of the earlier no wish play, because of the Terra, and because of the U-turn from Corviknight. I think the in game is here with Chiyu. U-turn's gonna do massive damage to the Ting Lu there. Corviknight comes in. We're gonna Whirlwind back into Roaring Moon. Another U-turn. It can only take one more into Corviknight. Whirlwind again into Dozo. No, the game's over. Chiyu wins, I'm pretty sure. Your arm looks sunburned. I played ball today, so it probably is. Probably Heat jersey. Oh no, it is the Heat jersey for sure. His team is pretty scary. Yeah, Chiyu plus Ting Lu can be very scary. Down goes Screamtail, and I think yeah, the only play is go Cinderace, low sweep, become a fighting type. No, the game's over. You can lock fire move now. You lock flamethrower, the game's over, right? After spikes, yeah. Doesn't even die. Does not even die. Down goes Ting Lu, and yeah, now the game is over here. Unfortunate. Yeah, I think there were a couple misplays from that to let the Chiyu bring that back in the game, but good win from Spider. Good win from Spider. And then we have one more game. We're gonna watch this game right here. We're gonna watch Flum's game versus I think fourth Chub is Wombo. I'm pretty positive. And then we are gonna call it a half. And I'm gonna go get some water, refill some water. Everybody hydrate. And this was Moltres. Flum versus Wombo. Oh yeah, basketball, yes. Nobody here plays any other type of ball, so we just call it ball. But let me see. Yeah, I guess Pokepaste might be down because your paste is not working in Flum. And let me see if your other ones are. No, so Pokepaste is down, so that's unfortunate. So unfortunately, these streams are fired. Thank you, Ant. That's why I'm sunburned. Yes. We're gonna see Walking Wake, Torkoal, Scovillain, Slowbro Galar, a Brew Bonnet, and a Garganacl versus Meowscarada, Vaporeon, Hisuian Gudra, Sneasler, Persian Alola, which is also not a real Pokemon, by the way, and Kilowattrel. Scovillain, yo, what's going on, Lewis? How you doing? Yo, what's up, Jesse? Jesse, you got something to say, man? You got something to say, dude? Sure, if you want to send me the raw text, that's absolutely fine. Feel free to flood my DMs. That is fine. Looking at Wombo's team, it looks like Sneasler probably is WinCon, probably Spikes Meowscarada, which is a little tough into Torkoal. I don't think Wombo has a very good matchup at all here. I really don't. He doesn't. I mean, Gudra can take hits from Walking Wake potentially, and maybe your game plan is Spike Stack into Dragon Tail or Gudra potentially. Sneasler in game also looks very possible. Slowbro could potentially be annoying for that. We'll go ahead and see. Persian Alola is parting shot to the EXE. That mon is trash though. It lost knockoff this generation, unfortunately. If it had knockoff, maybe it's viable. I don't know. I was under the impression last generation that if I saw an Alolan Persian, I was running Double Dance Sword Power on whatever my psychic type was, and I usually didn't get punished. Just lost a final because I choked. I am so sorry, Lewis. I am so sorry to hear that, man. Hey, we've all done that. I lost BBR finals because I choked, and 6,000 people saw that one. So, looking forward to some draft games, though. That's what I'm talking about, man. Got to keep your head up. Gotta keep your head up. So we'll go ahead and hop in here. I do expect like Meowscarada lead potentially, but Torkoal is probably going to be led. This is a very weird matchup for Wombo here. Very weird indeed. We are going to see Brew Bonnet versus Meowscarada. And U-turn, does that take that out? Good night, Brew Bonnet. Good night. Good night, Brute Bonnet. In comes Torkoal on the Vaporeon. Scovillain's gonna come out as the Vaporeon is Rain Dance, but Scovillain is Sunny Day. That is a sequence you will never see again in your life. A Pokemon Rain Dancing on the Drought, and then another Pokemon Sunny Daying on the Switch-In. Dragon Claw Garganacl should wall this forever. Yeah, I know, Jesse. I know you liked Alolan Persian, man. Everybody knows this. Low kick from Walking Wake. Holy shit! That did so much damage. Good, amazing prep to notice that Goodra was most definitely his switch in there, or in the game. Holy shit! Yeah, no, that's a 2-hit KO on Spadef Goodra. That's fantastic. What do you do now? You Draco on the Switch potentially if you're mixed. Yeah, people always disrespected it for good reason, Jesse. It's not a good Pokemon. Killo's gonna come in. We're gonna Terra Water Dragon Pulse. Okay. Killo is going to take massive damage. Garganacl is so bulky in this game. It's so hard for him to break outside of Sneasler. Meowscarada as well. Salt Cure. So this Pokemon is going to take a ton of damage over time. Meowscarada is going to come in. Do we not have a Covert Cloak? We do not. We do not. I assume a U-turn is going to come out here. A knockoff, knocking off a Heat Rock. That did so much damage. That might be banded. Big Solar Beam on the Vaporeon switch in. Dude, I love Torkoal to death. I love Torkoal so much. I think as a Pokemon, it's actually usable. Even if you don't bring like your Sun Abuser. But man, oh man, is it weak. It's just so weak. It's just so weak. It's just so weak. Scovillain's gonna come in here. Scovillain just gonna do some damage real quick. Walking Wake actually comes in on the double on the Hitsui and Goodra. This boy's about to get low kicked into the next dimension. Oh, we Dragon Pulse on the Vaporeon switch in. Wow, Vapo is actually a pretty good switch into Walking Wake, huh? Too bad that Mon can't do anything back, but it can certainly live the hits. Baton Pass into Alolan Persian. Dude, look at this thing and tell me that this isn't the ugliest Pokemon you've ever seen, man. The shiny too. I hate Alolan Persian. It is turned into a hatred. I actually snorted when I saw that damage. I hate Alolan Persian. Big melon head, bro. Parting Shot comes off on the Garganacl. In comes Meowscarada. Salt Cure. Wow. This thing is just getting chipped. And now no longer. It has one more switch in after rocks. I assume we knock off again. Actually, U-turn. We have one more switch in now. So obviously the end goal here is just to try to get rid of Torkoal immediately, so Sneasler might have a chance to win. Goodra's going to come out on the Scovillain. This is still a great Scovillain check, because Scovillain's kind of dog. Dragon Claw on the Wake, obviously not a Dragon type, so it doesn't matter. Low Kick should 2-hit KO. Yeah. No! No! That sucks, because now Sneasler's in a great position to potentially end this game once this, if Torkoal gets put out of its misery. Vapo does not get Roar this gen. That's why I think that Mon kind of blows this generation. Wake was to lure Goodra low kick for 60. That is so unfortunate that this happened the way it did. Unfortunate. In comes Sneasler. We're actually gonna get big Soul Cure damage on Sneasler, which is massive because Sneasler, in my opinion, is Wombo's best way to win this game. I feel like maybe this play there was to sack maybe even Killo, because Killo's nice, man, but I think Sneasler the way you win the game, or maybe you just like you can't let Goodra go down because of Scovillain. I mean, maybe Vaporeon. Maybe you go Vaporeon and sack that Pokemon off. I feel like Sneasler was not the play there, unfortunately, because now it is so... We're gonna trail, but I don't think we Oko Slowbro Galar. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm pretty positive. Yeah, we go Alolan Persian. We see the Yawn come out from the Slowbro Galar here. Garganacl's gonna come in, Parting Shot's gonna come off. Vapo actually comes in. I'm surprised to see no Meowscarada Flower Trick there, because I think it 2-hit KOs Torkoal and switch in. Obviously Scovillain can resist it. I mean, knockoff even would have done massive damage there, right? Vapo is actually, gonna do some damage here as it still gets put down. I don't see this in game, but this in game is so much tougher with the fact that Wake got crit, man. But I mean, we might see a Scovillain in game after Rock's Fire Blast might kill the Goodra. I'm not sure. We're actually letting the Vaporeon get damaged significantly. Down goes, oh no, not down goes Garganacl. Yeah, we're gonna see Torkoal come in hard on the potential Baton Pass. In comes Persian. I like the switch there because I assume you were thinking Wish was coming out. We see Lava Plume take out the ass Persian. In comes Killer Watchful, gonna take out Torkoal, but now Scovillain might have enough to do it, man. Vivillon might have enough to do it. We just have to see the plays get right. Oh no, no Vivillon. Soul Cure's, oh, Recover's gonna come out here from the Garganical here. Wombo being lucky is always. Yo, what's going on, Mingo? How are you doing? Surf's gonna come out here. Soul Cure should. Oh no, I forgot the wish was in the air. We're gonna skip past a couple turns here, see what happens. In comes Sui and Gudra, or Sui and Sneasler. I am so surprised how. Oh wait, wish was in the air. I was skipping forward. That makes sense. You turn on that into Masquerade. Masquerade gets one more hit off. It's time for Garganical to go, I think. I guess, yeah, I guess Vivillon also makes sense. I don't think this game's winnable once the sun went away, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I do think this game is over. Yeah. Right? Right? Yeah, you can't break past Gudra. Yeah. Unfortunate. The game is going to be over. Oh, wait. What the hell? Hold on. I just skipped past all that. Let me see what the hell just happened. Oh, we're slack off. We're not. Hold on. I am so sorry I skipped past that. That caught me off guard. Slack off. We actually beat this because we're Yon slack off? No fucking way. Did this Glowbro just clutch this shit up? Oh my gosh. Dire Claw going for the sleep. Slack off. Oh my goodness. A man of integrity. Giving him another chance to not get it and to go down to the sidekick. Holy shit. I actually cannot believe that Glowbro just took that game back. That is insane. Well played, Glowbro. You have played a Galarian Slowbro, the best I've ever seen it played in my life. I've also seen it come to 3 games ever, so that might have something to do with it. Holy shit. That's insane. That is crazy. That makes me want to try Glowbro. I think Galarian Slowbro looks super fun. Wow. No, that is awesome. That would, if I had the ability to throw some chien-pogs in chat right now, I absolutely would. So you get a chien-pog on screen for that game. That was insane. Glowbro, exactly. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 9 games so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have one more game to watch before. I could have swore this was game 10. I guess this was not game 10. We're gonna watch one more game here, and it's gonna be mine because that would be very easy to commentate before we go on a little break and everybody gets to hydrate. Again, great win with the Galarian Slowbro though. That was crazy. That was insane. So here is my game against Flapple. I was very scared against Flapple. The whole time I was prepping for this, I was like, why the hell did I allow Terra Roaring Moon? That mod is absolutely broken. Well, there was a certain set I was scared of. It was Terra Flying, Dragon Dance with Roost Acro Earthquake, I think was the set that I was very scared of. I thought it did really well, but my team, I had the whole game plan. His hazard move was very weak. It was just Scizor, and unless he was heavy duty boots and defog, which I don't think that he could really afford to be in this matchup because we could take advantage of it pretty easily. We were going to try to hazard stack, and if not able to hazard stack, we were going to offensively pressure it with something like Torn or Garchomp and put it in a good spot. I had AV Garchomp for a Pokemon that he didn't bring. I don't remember, but it was secondary as a Sandy Shock switch in. And yeah, and we see the fucking Quaxwell again. So stop. No, that's just it. That's just the whole sentence. Just stop bringing Quaxwell. We just don't need to see Quaxwell anymore. So the whole game plan again, just spike stack, and we are Terra Flying Banded Tornadoes. And the in-game, like once I saw there was I think Iron Moth was the reason I was AV Garchomp, and once I didn't see Iron Moth with booster energy potentially on the other side, I was like, wow, the Terra Torn in-game, we're gonna need like a little bit of chip on Quaxwell, which is so stupid to say, and then like Sandy Shocks needs to be at like under 50 and then we win the game. Like the Torn in game was so good always here into this matchup. We're gonna lead Garchomp because I expected the Sandy Shocks lead. We're gonna eat up the Shuka Berry and do massive damage. He is gonna find out that I am AV. We're gonna Dragon Tail expecting a switch out here because no way you give me Sandy Shocks. Sandy Shocks is so good and on my team it invalidates something like Tinkaton and Quillfish pretty easily, right? And also the fact that you could potentially still want hazards up later. I never thought the Sandy Shocks was going to get sacked there, so I Dragon Tailed, and we actually get the best case scenario, right? We get Roaring Moon turn 3, and this is so significant because we get the booster energy speed procced immediately, which is fantastic. I have so much information about this Pokemon now, and all of my Pokemon are like full health. All 3 of my Pokemon that are meant to deal with this in some fashion are at full health, and now we wasted the booster energy speed. I'm fine with letting Garchomp go down here, so I actually go for the Dragon Tail because he can't OHKO me in 1. I don't think you have dragon coverage, so you can't OHKO me in 1. I'm gonna go for the Dragon Tail, so now you have no more booster the rest of the game, which is fantastic. It's awesome for me. Scizor was my guaranteed, or Fortress was my guaranteed Scizor check. Always switches in, and we take Rocky Helmet chip on that. Shout out to Edward, Star Edward, by the way. And we are going to Banded Torn. What was John cooking? So I actually, funny story, I just prepped for WPF before I played this game, and I forgot this wasn't free Terra. I had a crazy taunt, bulk up, Terra Fairy, Mono Terra Blast Tornadus with Terra Blast Heat Wave Tornadus cooking in the back. It was going to be insane. But we've all switched there. We do have specs on our Fortress now, so we have to keep that in mind. No more Rocky is a little annoying for these 2 Pokemon because these 2 can get out of hand very quickly if we allow it. We're gonna go Torn here and do massive, like at this point, you know I'm banded. I just did 46% to your Gothitelle. I am gonna take Rocky, it doesn't matter because I get regen, and then I go Overquill there. So I could have also just went Overquill, but I didn't think he would switch out the Gothitelle, and I valued the chip on this Pokemon because they put it in range of guaranteed Terra Blast, Terra Flying later. So I really like that, and then Overquill obviously comes in for free. We're gonna get a Hazard up here, a Spike, and we're gonna punish the Scizor if it does want to come in to defog that away. We go hard Garchomp. I don't need Garchomp anymore. I try to sack Garchomp up. Yo, what's going on, Jerica? Jerica, I just heard you get home a second ago. I'm finishing this match, and then it's gonna be halftime report. Change the rules mid-season to allow it. I might have to, but I'm gonna play super recklessly with Garchomp now. Obviously we can handle Sandy Shocks now that it's chipped down. It is going to be in range of Tornadus, and Tornadus can outspeed that. Obviously Iron Valiant always outspeeds it. We know it's not booster speed. I really don't, and it doesn't live on Earth Power at this point anyway. So Garchomp I'm gonna play super recklessly with. I simply don't need this Pokemon, so that's why I hard switched it in there. And I'm also gonna just go for an Earthquake, and I think a Dragon Tail here. No, I go into Tinkaton here to prevent it from setting up, I guess, because if I miss Dragon Tail, I think that was my thought process. If I missed Dragon Tail, that was bad. I probably should have just Dragon Tailed there, but it is what it is. I go Tinkaton, and I think we're Shuka, if I remember correctly, and we're gonna Thunder Wave. If you wanted to set up potentially, we're gonna get our Rocks up now too. I'm not too scared of this Gothitelle. Obviously he was just trying to sack it off, so I'm gonna take the opportunity to get my Rocks up, and then I'm gonna knock off, kill the Gothitelle. I can't switch out. I'm Shuka, and now we're at 50, and I think we still live an Earthquake from the Roaring Moon here. And he actually goes Quaxwell, which is fantastic for me because obviously my Terra Flying Torn in-game, all I need is chip on this Quaxwell. I need a knockoff on this Quaxwell or a Thunder Wave on this Quaxwell or something. So I think I go for the Thunder Wave here as they switch Sandy Shocks. No, I go for the Thunder Wave in general here as they go for the Rapid Spin, which is obviously a good play on their part. And I'm going to Stealth Rock again because I value getting those up because Roaring Moon is obviously not boots. Quaxwell is going to come back in here. I think I go for a Thunder Wave again to prevent this from setting up. And I'm going to go for a knockoff this time, I think. Yeah, as I do obviously value getting this thing's Eviolite gone, because once this is gone, the Banded Tornadoes comes in and wins. It quite literally comes in, clicks Terra Flying, and wins if we know this Galar Zapdos is not Scarf. And if he switches it Harden, then we can just sack off a Pokemon and find out if he's Scarf or not based on damage, because I expect either Scarf or Band in this matchup. We're going to Moonblast here. We do kill the Sandy Shocks. In comes the Scizor. I am going to play around here a little bit, because obviously at any point I do think I could go Torrent and win the game, but I am playing a little conservatively just in case for some reason he's like very bulky on one of these Pokemon for whatever reason. But that Fire Punch guarantees any Scizors in range of Terra Blast Flying, and we were Babirius why we stayed in there to get that damage off. Quaxwell's going to come in. I go Tinkaton. I have decided I'm knocking off your Eviolite, guaranteed. No more Eviolite. And with that, the game is wrapped up. There is just no possible way that this game can ever be won on the opposing side unless we're like an agility bulk up Gyarados. That would go kind of crazy. That would actually have potentially won from this range, but the fact that it probably would never be able to get that off. I'm going to play around a little bit here. I'm going to try to get rocks up as they keep spinning, and I eventually finally get them up as they become faster than me. And I'm just going to go Overquill as they do spin again, and I am going to go for Chilling Water as the Roaring Moon comes in here. -1 attack here. We see the Roost come off here, and here I decide to throw. Instead of going hard Tornadoes here, which would have been a fine play, or even going hard into Fortress potentially, I decided to go for Barbarage, try to get the poison. Hard throw. Literally the only way I could have thrown this game is if I Barbaraged here and he Dragon Danced, and that could have got out of hand pretty quickly. So hard throw from me. We're gonna see Scizor come in here. I'm gonna go for it again because why not, I guess. And then I go to sack the Tinkaton, but then I shuffle and Intimidate here because now this Pokemon is dies to whatever at this point, essentially. Like, it dies to this Bolt Switch from this Scizor. So Scizor is going to go down here, and now Tornadus comes in, and it's going to click Terra Blast Flying 3 times with the band. And we're going to be able to take out this Pokemon and win with the Tornadus. Like I said, I could have won a lot earlier with that Torn, but I played super conservatively and tried to give the game away on a silver platter, really. Big man. Haven't seen you with one team that does not make use of spike stacking. So, Lewis, I got to tell you the truth, man. I am crippled if I do not have spikes on my team. I am such a big hazard stack player, and that is why whenever boots were introduced, I was heartbroken. I was the most heartbroken I've ever been in my life. I was like, I'm simply not going to be able to play Pokemon anymore. But obviously, you know, boots aren't that overpowered. You know, it forces an item slot, if nothing else, and you find information out about that Pokemon. So I've learned to adapt to it and to abuse it, because hazards are still so good, man. You can still abuse them so much. But yeah, I love hazards so much. It's just information, free information later in the game, and I love it so much. But yeah, so that is gonna be where we call the break for this, guys. Go ahead and get some water, whatever the case may be. Go ahead and refill. I'll be back in about 5 minutes, and we will watch the second half of these games. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games left. 11 games left. So I will be right back, guys. All right, boys, we are back and ready to hop into the last 11 games here. Let me close that out and let's go ahead and choose some replays to watch. We have 11 more. So let's see what we have. How to beat John Jr. Run 6 boots. So true. I saw Armenia here earlier. I don't know if Armenia is still here. We'll go ahead and throw Armenia's up. Armenia versus... I'm actually not sure. Oh, this is Brother Robbie. Okay. And he sent me... Brother Robbie sent me his paste earlier. So let me find this. Let's see. Am I unmuted? Okay, I am. Oh, actually, never mind. I can't view paste right now. I forgot about that. So we'll go ahead and hop into this game against Armenia. So we see Lycanroc Day, Gengar, Lando I, Crocodile, Chestnut, and Cress versus Garchomp, Skeletor's, Mimikyu, Magnezone, Cryogonal, and Torrentee. Also, I talked shit about Cress. I thought it was bad at VGC too. Apparently, Cress is really good in VGC. I have a couple of VGC videos going to be uploaded this following week. So look forward to that, I guess. But apparently, Cress is really fucking good at VGC. So... from Armenia's side, it looks like Lanad is obviously the best Pokemon in this matchup. There's not really a Lanad switch in unless Skeletor's could be like Terra flying, potentially. Torn might be able to just take it if it's AV, but even then Rock Slide's going to do a ton of damage. We'll go ahead and hop in here. We'll see what's up. We see Lycanroc lead versus Garchomp. We're going to switch out into Cress. Cress obviously a great Garchomp switch in. Ice Beam on the Skeletor. Frozen, in fact. And then Magnezone comes in on the big Rock Tomb from the Lando I. So you probably in the future Armenia, you probably want to run Rock Slide. Is Rock Tomb 95% accurate? Is that why you did it? I feel like the base power is definitely worth the 5 accuracy difference. Let me see. It's Rock Tomb 95% accurate. It is. So I assume you ran it just for the accuracy. Probably want to just run Rock Slide, because in that case you would have simply picked up the KO there and not taken 94%. Holy moly, I forgot Cryogonal's only good stats are special attack and special defense. I guess speed too. We're gonna see Torn come in the U-turn come out, Garchomp or Cress coming on the Garchomp. Magnezone come in as Crocodile comes in and a Stone Edge on the Garchomp. Cress is gonna come in as the Dragon Tail comes off into Lycanroc, unfortunate. Back into Cress as the Earthquake comes off. And in comes Skeletor again. Skeletor should be able to wall this Crest forever, right? Lanad, live Lanad reaction. Crest comes in on the Torn. Magnezone comes in. Gengar gets Flash Cannon and dies. So that's probably analytic, right? You would assume that's analytic. It looks like maybe the win con for Armenia is going to be Scarf, Moxie, Crook potentially. Right? Potentially. Lycanroc's gonna come in, probably go for a drill run here. Yep. As Garchomp comes in, that might be a bulky Garchomp, in fact. It's Resto Chesto potentially. That's a very cool set. Very cool set indeed. Moonlight comes out from the Cresselia as the frozen Skeletor comes back in. In comes Torrentee on the Stone Edge. Not really gonna appreciate that. Garchomp is gonna come in on the following Stone Edge. Crest comes in, and it looks like this game should be big Earthquake. That Garchomp is so bulky. I actually don't know how Armenia breaks through the combination of Garchomp plus Torn. I actually don't see it happening with these 4 Pokemon left, just because of how bulky that is. Like, we have to take advantage of the fact that it has 0 turns of sleep right now, and we have 2 free turns of damage. That's what we have to do. Yeah, Lycanroc comes in here. I assume we just fire up an Outrage or a Play Rough or whatever we have. We actually save it on 1%. I feel like we should have just went for it, right? I feel like we should have just went for Play Rough, assuming we had it, or Ice Fang or whatever. I don't think it gets Ice Fang, but Crook comes in here on the Torn, switch into Cress on the Garchomp, Ice Beam on the Torn. Unfortunately, I do think it is not going to be enough, though. I do think that this game is over. Chestnut comes in, unless we're like sub-select Belly Drum Chestnut. No. I wanted Rock Tomb for the speed drop, but I forgot Sheer Force negates it. That's fine. Hey, that is fine. That happens. But now you know for the future, right? Earthquake comes out. Torn comes in. Big Stone Edge call. We have to make some sort of plays to get back in this game, and it's big that you recognize that, because actually a crit there on the Tornadus might have been able to throw you back into this game somehow. Maybe. Skeletor gradually getting more and more chipped as Torn is going to come in here, and obviously Crest is very weak, so it's going to eat that up. Skeletors comes back in here as the moonlight comes off, and does Skeletors wake up? Oh, it's Terra Water, or unfroze maybe? Unfrozen, and we go for the slack off. Yep, and that should wrap up the game, I think. Thunderwave on the Dirge. Yeah, no, I think this is a wrapped up. Yep, unfortunately wrapped up. I think you just had a bad matchup, unfortunately, Armenia. I think Garchomp, that was such a good Garchomp from your opponent, and from Brother Robbie, and the Tornadus was really, really nice as well. Really tough for you to break. The combination of those two Pokemon were very difficult for you to break. We're going to throw in some Zapdos games here, unless anybody has something they want to watch, because we have only watched 2 so far. Like, we'll throw in Blake versus Waiyachi right here. We'll throw in Blake versus Waiyachi. So, we see Iron Hands, Alolan Persian, Great Tusk, Azumarill, Volcarona, and Hydreigon versus Corviknight, Tyranitar, Urshifu, Rapid, I think, if I recall correctly, Gengar, Garganacl, and Clodsire. Yeah, no, that was definitely a bad matchup. Lando had a good matchup, but that was about the extent of your good Pokemon in that matchup. So Iron Hands is very difficult for Waiyachi to break. Insanely difficult. If we're just AV, in fact, maybe even Rocky Helmet for the Urshifu plus Tyranitar. There's a lot of options here. This is like the best Iron Hands matchup I've ever seen in my entire life. Iron Hands loves going against these fatter teams that aren't very fast, don't have as many immediate breakers. Like, obviously Urshifu's a pretty good one, but outside of that, it's very difficult for Iron Hands to be dealt with here. Gengar might be able to with Sludge Bomb plus Psychic, potentially. Alolan Persian for the Gengar. Great Tusk is going to be here to do massive damage. Great Tusk also has a great matchup outside of Corviknight. Volcarona is here to break Corviknight. We got some good Pokemon. Hey, Zombie, what's going on, man? And then from Waiyachi's side, I know we're Terra Tyranitar, and Terra Flying Tyranitar with Dragon Dance could go potentially crazy here. Yeah, no, that happens. Was this your first draft, Armenia? Because no, I don't think anybody's really liked their first draft. Mine was fine, I guess, but like, there's obviously a big discrepancy from my first draft, like my drafts now. That's what I was saying. Oh, and this is the best Hands matchup I've ever seen in my entire life. Quite literally, because this is Terra Flying Tyranitar. Terra, I don't remember the other one. Terra Fairy? Water? I don't recall. Either way, this is the best Hands matchup of all time. So we'll see how Hands does not get led and immediately 6-0'd. Urshifu is going to get led as the parting shot comes out on Garganacl. And Iron Hands looks to be the answer to Garganacl. That's massive damage. Are we Covert Cloak potentially? Doesn't matter. Rocks go up. Protect for the leftovers recovery as we Thunder Punch try to call that. Close combat on the Gengar switch. We probably have to switch out because of the Spadaf drop. In comes Persian though, which is fine. Willow on the Persian. Corviknight comes in. I assume we parting. We Thunder Wave. Oh, that's a big Thunder Wave on the Corviknight. Corviknight just became a lot easier to deal with, which obviously is going to help against the Great Tusk. Iron Hands is going to come back in here, and we're going to see if it's potentially leftovers. It might be leftovers. No leftovers. So we're going to see T-Tard Flying, Dragon Dance. Thunder Punch is not going to feel good. We take so much damage and we get paralyzed. The para, and we were Rocky. So the para definitely sucks because you definitely did some big damage there. You forced maybe even a KO, potentially, as they probably had to sack something like, I mean, Hydreigon's probably the sack. To be honest, Hydreigon's probably the least useful member in this matchup. This definitely did not win, because with Aqua Jet Azu in the back, but that definitely does suck for the differential, for sure. We actually go for Earthquake. We actually, the Iron Hands go down, which I am insanely shocked by. I feel like Hydreigon was always the play there. I feel like that was by far the least valuable member in the matchup. We see Great Tusk come out here. Down goes Tyranitar. And in comes Corviknight. We get the Rapid Spin-Off. Not scared of Corviknight at all. Brave Bird's gonna come out, do massive 50% to us, and I assume we just switch out here now, right? Yeah, we actually go Persian, which is interesting because now Gengar can actually KO us with a potential D-Gleam, I think. Red card actually came out from the Persian, which was interesting, probably for a nasty block Gengar. Probably don't pop this Terra so early. Yeah. Yep. Whoa. Does Clodsire not get Body Press? Am I crazy? Oh shoot, you guys might see some teams you're not supposed to. Clodsire. Does this not get Body Press? It does get Body Press. Does Body Press not do more than Mega Horn or just better than the matchup? Hydreigon. Body press 26%. I guess Megahorn does do significantly more, and you actually wall the Hydreigon potentially. I guess so. I guess so. Draco, wow, that probably is specs. We see the Yawn come out. I assume we'll recover this following turn. Yeah, we see recover this following turn. I mean, actually, a curse Clodsire could have been kind of crazy, low key. But we see in comes the Corviknight. Is this Belly Drum Azu? That is Belly Drum Azu. Is the game over? U-turn comes out. We'll see here. Gengar comes out. Jet, good night, Gengar. Going for the Cursed Body, I see. Does not get it. Corviknight comes back out on the Play Rough. Are we Rocky? We're not Rocky. I'm not sure why we switched into Corviknight there then. Garganical comes in. Down goes Garganical. I think the game is over. Claude comes in. We were actually unaware Claude the whole time. That is interesting. I'm not sure why we sacked 3 Pokemon there then. Rock Tomb comes out here. Go back to that the team builder real quick. Joke's on you, Owen. My team for you is on my phone because I haven't been home today. So what's up, man? Yeah, we're gonna see the game get wrapped up there. So unfortunate. Could have definitely went Clodsire way earlier, not sacked 3 Pokemon. The Parrot definitely sucks. I think that Tyranitar claimed to kill. Otherwise, I still don't think we should have sacked Iron Hands. I think we should have sacked Hydreigon. But yeah, no, good games. Good games for sure. You pick up counts as 1 transaction. Okay. And then let me write that down. That was Waiyachi versus, I forget who won. Let me see. Blake. Waiyachi versus Blake. Can we watch my game? Yes, we can't. Swag, I know you asked this last week and I completely forgot. What is your screen name? What is your screen name? And we can go ahead and throw it up. Yo, by the way, while we have some downtime, boys, did you know I now have channel memberships, and for as low as 99 cents a month, you can support the channel. Obviously, it's not required by any means, but it helps support me directly, helps me put money back into the channel, helps me pay my bills, and will help me with my newborn that is coming towards the end of this month. So no pressure at all, but if you guys want to, you get some pretty cool emotes. And we also have some emotes on the way, and if these emotes right here don't entice you to join, I don't know what will. These are some, we have a chien-pao. The happy chien-pao probably is not going to happen. We have the disappointed chien-pao, the somebody signed me. We have the live Lunad reaction, and then the I'm him emote that will look pretty cool once it's finished, I think. So if you're not already, man, 99 cents a month. Look at that. We got some emotes in the chat right now. Yes, we can. So we have Khon. Let's see. I think you were Articuno, if I recall. Let me just see here. Maybe I'm incorrect. Were you Moltres? It's so hard to keep track of 48 individuals. Yes, you were indeed Moltres. All right, let me write this down. Versus Aurora. Aurora, if you're, I think Aurora's not around tonight. I think. You can't see them? These? Oh, did I not pull it up? Oh, you're right. You're right. Here's the emotes. Thank you, Lemonade. You're right. Here are the emotes I was talking about. If these emotes don't convince you to join, I don't know what will. I'm glad you said that, Lemonade, because that would have been very sad if all of you let me do that. These are the emotes. Chien-pao coming up. Disappointed Chien-pao. I'm him. Live Lunad reaction. Somebody signed me. You watch this game and Urshifu completely eats? Let's see. I assume this is Urshifu Rapid. This is Urshifu Rapid, and then we have Spectre Greninja Galoking. Yeah, no, it looks like there is quite simply no switch into Spectrier, but I like, if Lilligant's your grass type, I don't know if you have one on the entire roster, right? It looks like this might just be a poor matchup. So we'll see. We'll see here. We see Rotomo lead into Greninja. as Glow King comes in. Great switch into Rotamo, obviously. Other than the potential trick, Hippowdon's Hippo is going to come in here as the Future Sight comes off into no dark type, so that's awesome. Lilligant comes in, Terra Ground, Terra Blast, expecting a potential Goldango switch in. I like that. That's pretty great. As we see Aurora, because Hippo does not want a victory dancing Lilligant. In comes Muck. Hippowdon is not going to appreciate that Future Sight, but is going to take it well enough. Knockoff's going to come off, and then a slack off from Hippowdon as we can sit on this Alolan Muck. Greninja comes in. Body Slam. Para? Oh my goodness. Oh my, I've ran some random Body Slams in my day as well. I'm very curious why we were mono Body Slam and not mono Earthquake. That is interesting to me, but it works. We get we punish the Greninja switch in twice. Wow, down goes Greninja immediately because of double para. That is insane. In comes Glow King, which now beats this Hippowdon as long as it doesn't get para'd. Fantastic. And Flamethrower comes out. Another one. We've used 2 slack offs so far, so keep that in mind. Roar comes out here. Alolan Muck comes in again. I think that exact situation happened last time, but this time we're able to pick up the KO on the Hippowdon. Urshifu comes in, and Glow King is going to be the switch in, but actually I think that was not the play, because now you die after Regenerator, and now since you lived 1 guaranteed, you probably should have sacked something that a little bit less value off, right? I'm sorry for this next sequence of events. Oh good lord. Mudsdale comes in. Are we Rocky? I mean, we might be Punching Glove, right? I mean, defense boosts don't matter. Yeah, see, this sucks because we could have initially went into Mudsdale instead of taking 70% on the Glow King. And it's over? It's no way it's over from here. Are we Scarf? In comes Lilligant? Oh, we're Scarf. Down goes Lilligant. Is it income? Oh, in comes Alolan Muck. Down goes Alolan Muck. We're just trying to get Regenerator back on the Glow King. Glow King should live 1. Should live 1, but just throws a Future Sight up, and there's just not enough turns anymore. Wow. Wow. No, that's the game's over. The game is over. Scarf Urshifoshi Fishy Urshifishi wins the game. Holy shit. I have to know where this is on the kill leaderboard now. I'm very curious. Wow. Well, I mean, well played to the Urshifu. Like, you positioned it very well. It just had a great matchup. Wow. Let me pull up the Moltres doc real quick, because I'm super curious where it ranks on the kill leader. Lily Sackton should have been the play. Yes, I agree. There was definitely some things that could have happened there. I think the in-game still would have been a lost Urshifu probably, but let me see. It might not even be updated yet. It looks like it's not updated yet. I'm on Moltres, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not updated yet. So let's see where Urshifu would rank. Urshifu Rapid. It would be 7-2. So it would be 2nd place as of right now if I went ahead and put it in. Yeah, it has not been updated yet. So I can update that soon if need be. But yeah, great game. Or we were talking about not setting up Future Sight earlier to force me out. Yeah, that was definitely a big misplay there. Or even just simply like right here. Let's see, where did it happen? Right here, the immediate switch into Glow King, I heavy disagree with, because you obviously switch out the following turn anyway, and you got nothing from this, absolutely nothing from this, except taking 70% and having to force more KOs to try to get the Regenerator back. There should have just been a Mudsdale sack potentially, potential Lilligant sack, just a sack of something to get the Glow King in for free to get the Future Sight off. I think is what should have happened there. But we're gonna go ahead and go back. Let's see, I think we have one more Moltres game, so we're just gonna look for it. We're just gonna go for it. Let's see. Pep versus Draco. Pep versus Draco. Let me write that down. Pep. I think this is the one I almost accidentally watched on stream last week. The thing is, even if he does, you can get back. No. I'm not saying that the game would have been won if that happened. I'm saying it was a misplay in the sense that there was no chance to win the game after that happened, for sure. Yeah, you versus Pep. We'll go ahead and switch sides to you, Draco. We see Annihilate, Iron Bundle, Loma Lola, Lando T, Grimstar, Talonflame versus chien-pao, Gapdos, Salamence, Gastro, Oricorio and Klefki. I think I talked about this a little last week, and I think my initial idea was that Annihilate and Iron Bundle completely eat. Iron Bundle has a fantastic matchup. Klefki is insanely pressured in this matchup and gets beat down by so many different things. Lando and Annihilate, it wants to switch into so many different things. So once Klefki goes down, Iron Bundle kind of just wins the game. Iron Bundle was put in such a great position. This game was done very early because me and Pep were both on vacation. Gotcha. Lanat. Yeah, we have Lanat over here. But on the other side of things, if a Lomalola gets shipped, which it doesn't look like it gets super pressured to get shipped, obviously with Regenerator, then chien-pao does very well. So, and also, I think this is the fourth, what week is this? 3? This is the 3rd week in a row we see Oricorio as well. So Oricorio and Quaxo competing for the best low tier Pokemon of JJDL so far. So what happened here? We see Gyarados versus Grimmsnarl, a Brick Break come out, expecting the Reflect, but we actually just go for the Play Rough and we knock out the Pokemon. Fantastic play. Fantastic play, Draco. I don't know if that's banded or if that has to be banded or if you just called the Brick Break. If you called the Brick Break, you are otherworldly right now. But fantastic play to knock that Pokemon out. In comes Klefki. That was a good play, and I like that too, because even if Klefki just came in, you first of all get a read on a set. You could potentially set a screen with it the following turn. I think that was overall a very good play. Klefki's going to set a light screen as Talonflame is going to defog away the screen. We're going to see a Hurricane from the Mints, as we see a Willow come out expecting a physical miss. I think we've only seen special Salamence through thus far in JJDL. Mono. Yeah, Banded Grim. Gotcha. I don't know if the Banded mattered in that situation, but we've only seen special Salamence so far, which is very interesting. Lanat is going to come in on the Salamence, take 50 and get confused. Terra Fairy is going to come out. Terra Electric is going to come out. Hurricane, we're going to resist it now, but we're going to hit ourselves in confusion, which is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I guess we go potentially, Iron Bundle speed or speed boosting, not quite able to take out the Pokemon, and we died to the Hurricane. No. Oh, that's so sad, because I think Iron Bundle was the way that this game was won. I mean, Annihilate also still just simply exists. Do you have to sack another Pokemon or miss a Hurricane potentially? We're actually not going to see. Oh, we see the Protect come out, so he actually scouted for the Protect, so that makes sense. Annihilate's going to come in on the Wish as Foul Play comes off, and that's 100 base power Rage Fist now, baby. And we're just going to bulk up here as the Reflect comes off. Another Spike. Oh, this is getting out of hand. What's going on? We're now 150 base power Rage Fist at +3. Moxie special? Oh, we are Moxie. What? Wait, that's a great call out, guys. I didn't see that. I guess maybe it is mixed, right? But I think based on that damage, it was Specs. No? Didn't want to proc Defiant. Okay, that's fair then. That's fair then. But yeah, this Annihilate is out of hand immediately. Gastron comes in, bulk up in its face as Clear Smog comes out. Very good prep from Pep for the Clear Smog. Prep from Pep. Bulk Up's gonna come out as, wait, are we Vital Spirit? If we're Vital Spirit, that's sick. Citrus Berry is gonna proc Clear Smog again, and now our Rage Fist might be 300 base power. We're not Vital Spirit, but we are Tresto Berry. Rage Fist gonna destroy the Gastrodon. Oh, it outspent Talonflame. You're right. You're completely right. So it is Scarf. So it's not Specs, so it's just Modest probably. Crunch comes out and does not quite kill. We are Defiant. Does not quite kill the Annihilate. I think Annihilate might just clean up here. I mean, Oricorio should come in. Oh, we missed a Hurricane. Unfortunate, but we did land every single one before that. Oricorio comes in. Revelation Dance is not going to be enough, and then Annihilate's going to take out the Oricorio. Unless Talon is super slow. I think you are right. I did completely miss that. Rage Fist was 300. Yeah, no, you played Annihilate very well there. You played Annihilate super well. If anybody has any other ones they want to see, go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, we're going to hop into another Zapdos one, because we've only watched 3 so far. We'll look at Window versus Sir Blue here. Window versus Sir Blue. So, we have we already watched this one? Did I forget to write this one down? Because this looks super familiar. Maybe not. Slitherwing, Walking Wake, Electrode, Hisui, Revavroom, Torkoal, and Mesprit. I don't think we did, because I would have spouted about how bad Electrode Hisui is. It's not that bad, to be honest. Slowking, Baxcalibur, Donphan, Zoroark, Greninja, and Ceruledge. So, they have a Walking Wake answer in Slowking. They don't have the best switch-ins to Slitherwing. I mean, I guess Cerulege. It looks like Window has matchup for sure. It looks like this team has matchup for sure. So what will happen here? We'll see what happens. This is gonna be tough for this side for Blue to win. Very tough. It does look like Mountain Man's team. That's probably what I'm thinking of. Slitherwing versus Baxcalibur. We're gonna get a U-turn off as Cerulege comes in and in comes Torkoal. Double Walking Wake potentially. Solar Beam comes out on the Donphan to do 65%. Cerulege is going to come back in on the Mesprit. Torkoal on the Cerulege. Torkoal should wall Cerulege as far as I'm aware. As long as it's not... As long as it's not... Don't be weakness policy? Okay, I was going to say, as long as it's not Swords Dance or weakness policy with weak armor, should be okay. In comes Slowking on the Torkoal. Probably a Chilly Reception comes out on the Mesprit or Yan. Yan makes sense as well. I assume we'll see a Chilly Reception here. Probably. Just to set the, yeah, there we go, to set the snow up. Baxcalibur, hold on. Chilly Reception into sub backs. We're gonna DD now, right? I mean, Mesprit could be foul play. Mystical Power, +1 special attack. I'm not sure how much damage this is gonna do to backs. Backs might kill. Crit, ooh, I'm not sure if that mattered. Let's check, boys. +1. We'll assume max HP Mesprit. Oh yeah, it definitely mattered. 98% max right here. It definitely mattered, no doubt. Assuming we had HP investment. Wake's gonna come out, and the Draco is gonna pop off and take a KO on the backs there. So we're Scarf. Oh no, we get a crit on the Donphan. I'm actually not sure why. We see the backs go down. So at that point, we know this is Scarf, right? I assume we know this is Scarf. That's crazy that killed, and it's not Specs. That's insane that killed. Electric? How did that kill? Wait, I'm actually very confused on how that killed. Wait, was it a crit on this one too? Wait, oh, big crit there. Was this a crit? Oh, Glaive Rush damage. That makes sense. Okay. It's not Zoroark. It was Glaive Rush damage. Donphan comes out. Oh, was this Zoroark? Okay, gotcha. I am a little confused as to why we didn't go Slowking though. I feel like Slowking was the play for sure, and then you just chillied, right? But I mean, now we're gonna be put in that exact same position just without a Zoroark or Thunder Wave. Wait, we're actually Thunder Wave Yan. This is something that I don't agree with. I don't like running two. Personally, I think running two statuses on a Pokemon is kind of silly unless it's for a very specific purpose. But obviously, Yan's not really blocked by anything on this team, so I actually don't know what the purpose is for Thunder Wave. Believe. Yeah, thanks, Zombie. Goofy. Let's see a Chilly Reception now as the Giga Drain comes out from Electrode. Shadow Sneak as Electrode's gonna Volt Switch. So in comes Torkoal here, and it takes the Future Sight down. Down goes Torkoal, actually, excuse me. In comes, I assume we're Protect Grin. We're not Protect Grin, we're just Aerial Ace, and we actually kill. We have no fear of First Impression. That's insane. No fear, not one single bone in this man's body has fear in it. As we do not have Protect on the Grin. We do not go for Protect, and we just live with the fact that if First Impressions, the game's over. In comes Revavroom. Slowking's gonna come out. Ironhead. Slowking should wall this forever, as far as I'm aware. Donphan Hard Switch as Toxic comes out. Parting Shot into Wake probably. Yeah, Wake is scary now, a little scary. Special attack boosting as well. Dragon Pulse takes out the Donphan. Slowking comes in forever. Revavroom comes out. I mean, this game, I think Electrode wins, which is super sad. I hate that Electrode wins. The disrespect is insane. Liquidation, so we cannot break Revavroom actually. Oh, never mind. There goes Revavroom. And yeah, I think, wow. So that actually might not do a KO Electrode's ass, bro. Holy shit, I was right about you all along, Electrode. Your ass. Gunk? No way that kills, right? Yeah. In comes Slowking on the Walking Wake. I think the game's over to Electrode, which is so sad. That's such a sad way to go out. Grin comes in. We hard Electrode. I guess that makes sense because now it's a poison type. Does this kill? Does this kill? It was Scarf Rin the whole time? That was certainly the in-game, boys. There was so much happening at once. So here it looked like this game was over. It looked like we sacked Walking Wake, and then we went Electrode, and the game was over. I understand now that Protein was always active. That's crazy. That is insane that Grin was Scarf that whole time. Wow. Wow. I can't believe that. So that was Window versus Blue. And we have 3 more Zapdos games. We have Caffeinated Hog versus Tism right now. I think Caffeinated Hog is Ski Dog, if I recall. I actually don't know who is who. I'll be completely honest. Yeah. So we see Draco versus Luna Thundi, Cleavor, Glamour, and Hatterene versus Braviary, Bundle, Hoopa, Arcanine, Enamorous, and Abomasnow. So Abomasnow is probably for 100% accurate blizzards on the bundle, I can only assume, because this guy's ice resist is non-existent. So that's a good bring for sure. Maybe lead for Aurora Veil, potentially? Cleavor goes crazy. There is not a rock resist in sight. In fact, 5 Pokemon are weak to rock. So Cleavor is about to go insane. Hog is Ski Dog. Okay, Caffeinated Hog is Ski Dog. So Cleavor is about to go insane, but Bundle is also about to go insane with no ice resist to be found. Arcanite's gonna be led as Glamour gets led. Head Smash brings it down. There's no Sash. There's actually no Sash. It actually just brings it to 1. That's insane. I assume we were Sash. But down goes Arcanine, and now the T-Spike is up for the game, unfortunately. Braviary is going to come in. We might be Defog on Braviary, potentially. We're Esper Wing, and down goes the Glamora. Are we Defog on this? I'm very curious. Cleavor comes in and claims a KO. Straight up. I mean, a Pokemon goes down. Cleavor, this is going to be a very offensive game. In comes Abomasnow. We are not Boots. I assume we are the Snow Rock. Oh my goodness. Aurora Veil is going to go up. Down goes Abomasnow. Bundle comes in. Booster Speed, potentially. Booster Speed, and we're just going to try to win the game right now, in fact. Down goes Cleavor, in comes Ursaluna, Terra Normal, Hydro's going to come out again, and we chewed that Earthquake. Holy moly. Holy shit. That was insane. Why did that do 21%? I mean, the game is not winnable with Iron Bundle now because of Poison. Oh, Snow boosting the defense. That's insane. Plus Aurora Veil. Absolutely chewed. Hydro's gonna take out the Ursaluna. We can take out 2 more Pokemon potentially if we land our Hydros or Ice Beams. Ice Beam comes out. Thundy's actually Yachi Berry. Down goes the Bundle. I personally feel like down goes the Cleavor. I think we go Thundy there since we're Yachi. I don't think we have to sack the Ursaluna because you net nothing from that. Yeah, that might be the least an Ursaluna has ever done. That is absolutely a fact. Thundy, so down goes... Oh, we are Defog. We are Defog on this Pokemon. Can Hoopa bring it back? Are we Scarf Hoopa? If we're Scarf Hyperspace, then maybe. But I don't even know if that outspeeds Pull. We'll see. We're not. Oh my gosh. I had such high hopes for you, Hoopa. I had such high hopes for you, Hoopa. I'm curious if Hoopa was Scarf, would the game have been won? I'm very curious. If we were Choice Scarf against Dragapult, actually, it might have. If we could Oko Hatterene, if we could, that's crazy. That game was so insanely offensive. If the yeah, actually, it looks like Hyperspace Fury might have won the game if you were Scarf there, which is insane. That is insane to think about. That was a very quick. That was an 11-turn game. It was kill. It was so offensive. So offensive. So we had Hog versus... Who was that? Versus Tism. Then we have 2 more Zapdos games and 3 more Articuno games. We'll go ahead and throw up an Articuno game real quick. Let's see. Neji versus Alunar. That's what we'll throw up here. And so we have a chien-pao, a Rotom Wash, Slitherwing, 3 very good Pokemon, Dragonite, Rillaboom, and Sandaconda. That's what I'm talking about. Better Mudsdale right here. versus Iron Treads, Urshifu, Big Man, the Overquill, Volcarona, Lycanroc, Dusk, and Dragapult. So the Dragapult counterplay is hoping they didn't bring Dragapult, and unfortunately it looks like that was not the case. So I don't know how Dragapult is handled. I just don't. Dragapult gets out of hand very quickly on this team. Just a Willow Hex set just does them in. A Willow Hex set just simply does them in. Chien-pao would be the only thing that could maybe deal with it, and even if we just slap a Cobra on that Dragapult, then you don't have to be too scared. Maybe Scarf Chien-pao could do kind of well in this game, but you don't really want to lock into a move. Yeah, this is certainly a Dragapult game of all time. I mean, and this is not a great Chien-pao matchup, unfortunately. Treads, Volcarona, Lycanroc, even Overquill, Shuffling, Intimidate. Just simply not. This is not a good matchup for Neji. This is a horrible matchup for Neji, in fact. We'll see here. We'll see what's up. Rotom lead on the Iron Treads lead. We get Rocks up as we see a Hydro come out. Probably AV. No, Leftovers. Just Spadef. Wow. Valuing knocking off that Pokemon too as we see a Reflect come off from the Rotom. And Dragapult is in. That was a little bit risky of a switch that I feel like was a little unnecessary because of how valuable Dragapult is in this game. Maybe you still value Urshifu or Iron Treads, but I feel like that was a little risky for no reason because you could have caught a straight Foul Play, you could have got a stray Thunder Wave, Willow Hex starts, and maybe U-turn just doesn't work. Yeah, no, this is the Dragapult game. In comes Chien-pao. So now you know, in some sense, the offensive answer for you is obviously Chien-pao, which you assumed at that point anyway, right? Intimidate is going to come out from Overquill, probably Swords Dance again. If we were Adrenaline Orb, so we're obviously Boots, but if we were Adrenaline Orb, was the game potentially over? Maybe, which is crazy. But Haze comes out from the Overquill. Big man throwing out a Haze. We're gonna see a Toxic come out. Sandan does not care about that with Shed Skin. I'm gonna be honest, guys, it feels like we're just playing into the inevitable Dragapult sweep. Surging Strikes, are we gonna be Rocky? No Rocky or Punching Glove potentially. Wood Hammer, so Scarf for Laboom, very important to know. As Volcarona should come in. Oh, Dragapult just comes in. I mean, that's gonna take crit. Oh no, we can't switch back in now, and we're Dragon Pulse actually, which I'm shocked by. We can't switch back in now, potentially depending on how Showdown rounds. I feel like Volcarona is always the play there because now you've lost your most important Pokemon. The Pokemon that did the absolute most is now dead to this first impression, probably. Yeah, that sucks. Wow. I mean, Lunar. I mean, you go Volcarona, you quiver, and you try to win now, but Dragonite always existing is going to try to invalidate that. A Lycanroc actually comes in for the close combat, potentially. Close combat comes out on the Sandaconda. Yeah, I mean, it looks Neji is somehow in this what seemed to be an unwinnable matchup. Found himself in a spot where Volcarona looks like it could do potential work. We're not even Boots. Terra Water Quiver. What are we if we're not Boots? Earthquake. What are we? What are we if we're not Boots? I'm so curious. Morning Sun's gonna come out. Are we Protect here? First impression? No. Flame Body though. I don't think the game's winnable though from this position. I don't. It's not. In fact, ooh. Wait a minute. If we're not banded, Stone Edge this. No, Accelerock Chien-pao. I don't think that kills though. I don't think this game's winnable from this position. Jom #1 big man fan. Sandaconda does not suck. Look at how good he's doing in this matchup. Tell him he's handsome. Overquill comes in, so I'm assuming we're banded or Scarf, some sort of choice item on the Lycanroc. Big man comes back in. Big Gunk. Unfortunately, not going to take out the Pokemon. Big man's going to go down. So the question is Lycanroc choiced? Based on it locking Crunch, I assume the answer is yes. And we see the Sucker come out, so we'll never know anyway. I feel like Neji just took what I would consider a borderline impossible Dragapult matchup in 1-4-0, which is crazy. I'm very curious what the item was on Volcarona now that we saw no Boots. Maybe Khon Berry for the Rotom or Lum Berry for the Rotom Thunderwave potentially. But yeah, wow, that was fantastic win by Neji. That was I've never seen. I mean, obviously I've seen so many different matchups in my draft league career, but in JJDL I think that is the most impressed I've been by a win, just because of how little Neji had for Dragon Ball. Quite literally the best Dragon Ball matchup could be realistically. Obviously chien-pao did very, very good, and I'm not going to pretend like it didn't, but that is very impressive that Neji was able to win that game. I would have put everything on the fact that Neji lost that game. And we're going to see, so we have 2 more games from Articuno and we have 4 more games total, boys. Let's see, what 2 games are we missing from Articuno? It looks like Sandan versus Pei is right here. So we'll go ahead and jump in. Roaring Moon, Bronzong, Iron Hands, Dunsparce, Slowking, and Noivern versus Urshifu single. I want to say single, I'm not positive. And I know Sandan has Terra Fairy Roaring Moon, so that might be his answer. Glow King Thundi, Satitan, Chili Reception into the Satitan, very interesting. Greninja and Gastrodon. So I think this obviously has to be Terra Fairy Roaring Moon. I mean, this is Iron Hands is also a decent Urshifu answer. If this is Urshifu single, I mean, even if it's Urshifu surging rapid, then this is fine. I think this was a long game. Oh boy, buckle up then, right? It is single strike. Okay. Yeah, let's just jump in. If it's a long game, then what will happen here? Iron Hands lead versus Gastro. The fake out comes out, so that it might be. I assume you're probably not gonna run a fake out unless you're AV. Maybe we'll see. I assume leftovers though on the Urshifu matchup initially is what I kind of think. But Slowking is gonna come in on the Gastro as rocks go up, and we see Chili Reception come out. So we're gonna see two Chili Reception users into the Satitan. Very interesting. Iron Hands is actually also the Greninja switch in, which I guess, yeah, you don't really have a better one. Maybe the Dunsparce, but letting Iron Hands get chipped here is a very interesting decision. Oh wait, it was Chili Reception. You had the momentum. Never mind. I am dumb. Gastro comes back and his Slowking comes in. Greninja is going to come back, and again, Grass Knot does big damage to that Pokemon as we see a Grass Knot of this Greninja's Life Orb. I was going to say that's way more damage than I would anticipate. Frisk comes out, or Noivern comes out, shows that it is Life Orb. We already saw that. In comes Gastro. Gastro can wall Noivern pretty handedly. I assume we see maybe a U-turn come out. We do see a U-turn, and what takes advantage of this? Dunsparce. So I potentially Rocks come out here, or Glare. Oh my goodness. Wow, we're just letting Urshifu get glared like that? That's insane. That's crazy, because Urshifu was your best. I mean, Thundi is also really good in this matchup. Urshifu was probably one of your best pieces, and just to see it be allowed to get glared like that is insane. Down goes to Dun. I don't think the crit mattered. More than likely, we didn't see a Chopple. Roaring Moon's going to come in, Terra Fairy, and a big Terra Blast here as Gastro actually chews that up very well. U-turn comes off, so I'm assuming we're not a Dragon Dance set as Yan comes out from this Gastrodon. And Chili Reception comes out into Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon goes crazy now. So Titan also looks pretty good, but Bronzong should be able to take care of it pretty much forever. Urshifu comes in as we get Rocks up, punishing these immense amount of switches. Close combat crit. That crit definitely sucks. Unless we're Roost, which we might be. We are Roost, so it doesn't matter. A Grass Knot from the Thundi. Assuming the... does that do decent damage to the Iron Hands potentially? So we do find out that this is Scarf. No, it's Boots. So this is just a very slow Roaring Moon, very bulky Roaring Moon by the looks of it. Probably a physically defensive Roaring Moon for the Urshifu, which I definitely don't disagree with. Iron Hands is gonna fake out on the Gastro here. Drain Punch gonna come out, so we probably see a Recover, I would imagine. Yeah, we see a Recover. Slowking's coming out. So this, I'm actually curious to see what Pei's. Oh no, this is Pei. Who's Pei facing? Sandan. I'm curious to see what Sandan's win con is. Just outlasting potentially. And this side looks like it probably is Nasty Plot Thundi. I assume we're nasty 3 attacks into this team, maybe agility. Fake out comes out on the Gastro. Yeah, and also Sandan has a difficult time breaking Gastrodon, but we do have to keep track of how many recovers it has left. You force a recover here, and he has 6 left. And Iron Hands is super hard for Pei to break. Noivern's gonna come in on the Gastros. We see the double into Thundi, so we're actually a Thunder Wave Thundi. So I'm curious to see what that last move might be. Psychic potentially for the Iron Hands is what I'm thinking. as Roaring Moon comes in on the Thundy. So, Crunch comes out. I almost want to say it was worth getting the Thunder Wave on this Pokemon. I almost want to say that, but also maybe not. Maybe you value the health on Thundy significantly. I have no idea, because Thundy is a very good in-game potential win con here. Grin comes in on the Roaring Moon, doing massive damage, and we get a Spike Up, which is great. That punishes switches now, and we Roost. I'm actually very shocked that Sandan was willing to stay in on the potential Gunk. Gunk probably doesn't make too much sense in the Sandan's team, but just because of Terra Roaring Moon, I feel like it could have a potential to come. So Gastro, we're going to force another recover on that. I think it's 5 recovers left, which is very important in these long drawn out games. We see Slowking is Boots. We might have seen that earlier. I might have missed it. And unfortunately, we get fully paired on what I can only assume was a chilly reception. Iron Hands is going to come in. Iron Hands does not enjoy taking this chip. Do we Drain Punch, calling the switch? We actually double Slowking. So do we chilly here? We Grass Knot. That does a decent amount to Urshifu, actually, as Roaring Moon is going to come in, not get poisoned. We're going to take the hit from Urshifu. We're going to go Bronze Song here. I assume from that damage you know it's, yeah, I assume you now know that it is banded. Chilly Reception comes out as we see a double Chilly Reception, actually. Iron Hand comes in on the Thundy. I assume you Drain Punch here on the switch in because you're getting super low. Yeah. Excuse me. And I assume you Drain Punch one more time as you force the recover out. And if you don't force the recover out, then you KO the following turn. Yeah. Fantastic play. We have to switch here, though, into... Oh, we actually stay in. I'm shocked to see that. 22%. Wow. Drain Punch comes out again. And now they have 3 recovers left. So this is awesome. Stalling out the recovers. Fantastic play. Noivern's going to come in. I assume a big U-turn's going to come off here. Yeah, Thundy comes in. Oh, Hurricane. Hurricane, unfortunately, missing Grass Knot, going to do absolutely nothing to the Noivern, who is paralyzed. Can't really do a whole lot. We're going to see Thundy's last move finally come out with Terra Blast Ice, as we're able to pick up the KO on Noivern there. Iron Hands comes in. Just gets a free Drain Punch, really. Yeah, as Glow King comes, oh, Thunder Punch, wow. And we're Volt Switch, so I assume we are AV, also based on the Gastro on damage from earlier. Chilly Reception comes out from Glow King, and in comes Urshifu. Iron is going to come back in one more time, probably for the last time. Yeah, probably for the last time. Thundy's going to be able to take it out. I think Thundy wins the game from this position. Bronzong might not get, yeah, okay. Wants to be safe just in case, and we are Boots on the Roaring Moon. This should die, this shouldn't win this situation. Down goes Roaring Moon. I think the game is wrap. I don't see how Pei loses this game from this position. Sludge Bomb, yeah. I mean, Slowking, he can't break Galar Slowking at this point, yeah. Yeah, the game is, curious why he's not going into, so we're actually Rest Bronze on Resto Chest. I'm curious why he's not going Glow King. But no, the game should be over. Yeah. No, this was a very long one, but the game is over 75 turns later. Holy crap. Yeah, that Thundy put it in work, for sure. That Thundy definitely put it in work. We have 3 games remaining. Let me just double check that. Or do we have 2 games remaining? I think we have 2 games remaining, boys. Sandan versus Pei. I will be right back because I have to go to the bathroom really quick. And then after that, we will finish up these last 2 games. So give me just 1 second. All right, boys, we're gonna finish this up. By the way, I almost tore out my headset. If you guys got a sub from Thriller earlier, he donated a tier 2 sub to you guys, which is insane, the generosity that Thriller has provided you guys. I will add you guys to the membership chat shortly tonight. I have a couple things to do tonight, but I will add it to the list of things to do. But we have 2 games left. We have Blito. First is, let me see, Blito versus my boy Kaki, and then we have Tony versus Pikachron, saved for last. We'll go ahead and jump in here. So we see Cinderace, Iron Bundle, Dachshund, King Gambit, Dragolgi, and Watchalong versus Tinglu, Meowscarada, Zoroark, Hisui, Volcanion, Palmot, and Espeon. So just looking at the matchups, it's crazy how much of an actual water type Volcanion is this generation, and how it actually kind of walls Iron Bundle. That is awesome, and I love Volcanion so much for that. I mean, Palmot does really good in this matchup. Yeah, I think I give Kaki the matchup here. I think it's very hard for this side to break Volcanion plus Tinglu, as weird as that sounds. And then Palmot offensively does very, very good. Obviously, the combination of Cinderace plus Bundle can get out of hand if Volcanion gets chipped, but this team just does not really deal with Volcanion outside of Watchalong, which gets dealt with in a number of ways. Tinglu primarily. So I give it to Kaki for sure. Just off matchup, we'll see here. Espeon lead versus Cinderace lead. We are Balloon, and we stay in. Oh, we're Zoroark. Okay, we're Zoroark. And we agility off the bat. We see Dragolgi come in here. It's going to eat up this Shadow Ball. It's going to take virtually nothing. For the GBA tourney, they ranked Volcanion in tier 4. Kind of nuts for how good it is. It was an oversight. So, I am a GBA assistant coach, and I know a little bit about that stuff. And it was definitely an oversight. There's a lot of things that I disagree with in those tiers, but I'm not gonna go super in depth to it. I think everybody can kind of see it and see what's up. But yeah, Volcanion tier 4 is fucking crazy. I think Volcanion is the most valuable it has ever been. I think Volcanion is so good this generation. It's not been used a whole lot, but I think it's a Pokemon that is, like, with the lack of water types, it needs to be utilized a little bit more, and it can be utilized very, very well. So that's all I'll say on that. But we see Taunt come off from the Dragolgi, not wanting the T-Spikes to come up. As we see Espeon come in, potentially Tinglu is going to come in now. As Dachshund comes in, Natural Tan, as we see Earthquake come off, and comes Espeon. It's a pretty good switch into Dachshund, all things considered. And we see a double into Volcanion as we see a Protect come off. Flamethrower is going to do nothing because of Well-Baked Body, unfortunately. We don't talk about that. Kaki said that we don't talk about that in the chat. He must have just forgot about Well-Baked Body. It happens. Espeon comes in and Morning Sun's Play Rough's going to pop off, and we are going to try to Morning Sun past this Dachshund. I mean, we can always go into our Meowscarada and crit the Flower Trick. Right? We can always go... Yeah, we always go Meowscarada. Oh. That also works. Body Press does not quite kill the Meowscarada. Meowscarada has 1 hit left. And Dragolgi ends up coming in. So Tinglu should come in now and just click Earthquake and claim a KO. Rock Slide. No! We should have just attacked what was in front of us because we would have got a kill, and now our best Pokemon is Toxic. That's so sad. That is so sad. But now we get a kill on the Dachshund. Palmot still goes crazy, man. Palmot could still potentially win this game. And I forgot Tinglu is also Terra. So in comes Dragolgi. Dragolgi's going to go down to Tinglu. Yeah, this team struggles with Tinglu. King Gam's going to come in here. Red Dog is going kind of crazy. Iron Head is going to take out Tinglu. Volcanion probably comes in here, I would assume. Yeah, Volcanion comes in. We Steam Eruption, not quite enough. Oh, we get the burn. That's massive. But the crit happens, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, that would have killed if no crit, obviously. But we see the hard Palmot on the on this Pokemon. We close combat, not quite enough to pick up the KO, which is unfortunate. I think... Do we have Mach? If this... No, Watcher always wins the game, unfortunately. If we land a Hurricane. Yeah, if we land a Hurricane, wins the game. Or Air Slash, it doesn't matter. Ice Punch. We might even be choiced based on... Yeah, that Scarf Palmot. No way we get the Freeze. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Down goes that Pokemon. That is unfortunate. We have 1 game left, though. Good game to both of these people. to Kaki and Blito. Good game to them. And we have one game remaining. I guess if I had to critique, because I haven't been doing a great job of critiquing the stream, I suppose, and I apologize. Where was it? There was a play that, let's see. Let me get back. Obviously but this was just simply a mistake. Based on the chat, it was just simply a mistake. It happens. I feel like maybe we shouldn't have sacked Espeon to this Pokemon. I feel like maybe we should have went Meowscarada earlier. I guess you had to on the body press, huh? I don't know. Right here, I feel like we should have just attacked what was in front of us and killed this Pokemon, because you had Counterblade to kill a Watchel at this point. You are the Counterblade to kill a Watchel, right? And if this never got toxic, this game could have got out of hand very quickly, because this team did not really break Ting-Lu other than Bundle, and the pivoting between Ting-Lu and Volcanion would have been insane. But we have one more game left, boys, because there are 3 games that have not yet been played this week. So we are going to miss out on those 3 games this week, and I apologize. I'm not going to say we'll attack them on next week, because unfortunately, probably don't want to go past 3.5 hours like we have been going. So we'll see. Maybe we'll tack it on next week. We'll see. But the last game is actually a game I've watched. It's Tony versus Pikachron. And I watched it live because Tony, we have a friend server, Tony pings everybody. And I try to support my friends when I can. And so I know a little bit about this. We see Basculegion, Enamorus, Cyclizar, Gloking, Diancie, and Glastrier versus Chien-Pao, Quagsire, Lando, Heatran, Lurantis, and Screamtail. I hate that Lurantis was brought, but I think he dropped it this following week, so I think this is the last we'll see of this ugly Pokemon. So we see a Basculegion lead versus a Heatran. We are going to see the Protector Scout with this one to go for, as it reveals that it is going to be special. It's the female version, so that's pretty obvious. In comes Lurantis, and this mod is dog dick. If you are thinking about drafting Lurantis, let this be a sign to not do that. As we see, this thing is probably going to get 2 KO'd. It might live on a roll now that it got the leftovers recovery, but we're going to see the double into Quag, which probably should have been the initial pivot anyway. As we see Basculegion now come in, which is a little scary, because I feel like this is his check to Basculegion, no? We get a big Toxic on that Pokemon, as we are Water Absorb, and we boost past. Yeah, I feel like we should have taken 50% on our Lurantis here. We're gonna see a knockoff instead of a Rapid Spin for the Cyclizar, which is definitely interesting. We see a Protect, and now we see the Rapid Spin. We're not going to be able to prevent getting those hazards off of the field, as we throw up an insanely massive Wish, and then we throw off a Psyshock into the Gloking, who actually laughs in your face that you thought that you could do any damage. Sludge Bomb is going to come off here. We're going to disable the Sludge Bomb, Protect Disable. That's kind of cool. That is pretty cool. So now this Pokemon does struggle with breaking past Screamtail. The only problem is that you're doing 14% with Psyshock. So we're going to Chilly Reception out here into the Glastrier. Any damage you did is now gone in this Pokemon. Glastrier is going to Sword Dance and request some attention here as we claim a KO. Pretty much guaranteed. Psyshock did 7%. Screamtail did 7% to Glastrier. Glastrier is a little underrated. I think it's a really cool Terra Captain. Screamtail is kind of not great, offensively at least. Amel set. This is a very similar set to Amel. No Parasunk though. Icicle Crash not going to quite take out the Screamtail, but now it should. We see the Disable. Now it has no more Icicle Crash, but it does Heavy Slam, and down goes Screamtail. Now we're at +3 Glastrier, but we get to force the switch with Heatran. In comes the Cyclizar, going to take half from that. We're going to Protect as knockoff comes off here. We're going to U-turn. We're going to stay in on the knockoff, potentially losing whatever we had. In comes Gloking, and we switch into Quag. And I'll be honest, guys, Tony just has a really tough time breaking Gloking. It's kind of just Lando. And we see now that this is not Unaware Quag and Water Absorb, we're going to see Pikachron try to take advantage of that with a superpower Enamorus, which is definitely capable of doing, but now the Toxic is going to mitigate that so it can't win the game outright. And we do see the Lurantis sack. Oh, this is the best thing that Lurantis has done for Tony all season, and maybe ever, is live that hit, because now you get an extra 12% off on this Pokemon. So thank you, Lurantis, or an extra 18% off on that Pokemon, in fact. Thank you, Lurantis. That's the most damage Lurantis has ever done, actually, I'm pretty sure. Heatran is going to force the Enamorus out, as he assumed it. I'm actually curious why we hard switched that. I guess 2 toxics did kill you, right? And you valued having it later. I guess that makes sense. And Glow King always walls this. So that was a safe play. Actually, I take it back. That was a good play, good safe play. Enam's gonna come back in on this Quag. Quag should be able to just sit on this for a second though and let toxic build up. Yeah, we're gonna see a recover come out here. Cyclozar is gonna come out as we see a double into Lando. And we see a knockoff, and I think that's oh, it's Adrenaline Orb. So it was Adrenaline Orb for an Intimidate Pokemon that obviously did not come. Earthquake gonna do massive damage to Cyclozar. I'm actually shocked Tony stayed in on this Pokemon because Cyclozar gets Ice Spinner, and Ice Spinner is really likely into Lando. Maybe, I guess not when you are Terra, but I'm shocked he stayed in there. Dragon Pulse is gonna come out. We're gonna see the U-turn. Down goes Cyclozar. Quagsire is really hard for this guy to break. Really hard for Pikachron to break. Earthquake gonna do massive damage to Glow King. If he gets poisoned, it's tough. That's definitely tough. Unfortunate for the Quag. Its longevity is now kind of put on a timer as Glastrier is going to come in and we value getting a Toxic on this Pokemon. That is going to Sword Stance up and threaten one more KO, at least, which is going to be Heatran. Good night, Heatran. You did great, man. You did great, man. As this might be in range of... I was gonna say this might be in range of chien-pao now, but Tony wants to get a little bit more damage on it apparently, as we are gonna save HP on it on Pikachron's side. Gonna get a U-turn off from the Bascu Legion. In comes chien-pao, and I mean Diancie is the check to this, right? We sack Bascu Legion to get a free Diancie, and Diancie should wrap the game up. We're gonna make a double into Enam on the Quag, and we're gonna Terra Fairy play rough and do 67%. If he Terra Fairy earlier, he might have won the game, but also he was toxic, so I don't know, it's tough. Down goes Quag, and Tony doesn't have the tools to win this game, man. It's not really possible from this point. He has to Swords Dance right now on a choke, I guess. But he's gonna Shard. Down goes Enamorous. He could Swords Dance now on a choke. Yeah, he could Swords Dance now on a choke potentially, but he's gonna go hard into Lando as we see Trick Room come up. We see a Diamond Storm miss. Earthquake comes out. Dia doesn't die, and so the only way that Tony ever has a chance in this game, Diancie has to miss another Diamond Storm. Lando has to kill this Pokemon, and stall Trick Room turns. I still don't think he can do it. I still don't think he can stall enough turns of Trick Room, and then has to die to whatever comes in, and then has to hope chien-pao can live one hit from whatever comes in and Sword Stance, and then maybe he can win the game with that. But even then, like I said, I don't think he stalls enough turns of Trick Room. Maybe, let's see, it'd be 1 Earthquake, this dies, so then there'd be 2 left. In comes a Pokemon. No, it would have to be... Tony has to kill this, and he has to, for whatever reason, go Glow King instead of Glastrier. The game's still pretty much over, but Tony's only hope was to kill this Diancie, but he's gonna Sword Stance instead, which I still don't understand why he did. If he Earthquaked, he's had some chance, some out of winning the game, but he didn't. Diamond Sword's gonna come off again, and Tony's gonna Sword Stance again instead of killing the Diancie, which I still don't understand. Like, his only out was to hope that he went Glow King instead of Glastrier, but I mean, either way, he probably still didn't win the game. Ice Spinner's gonna come out, it doesn't matter. chien-pao is gonna end up dying, and that is gonna be game, and that is gonna be all of the games that we have this week, I believe. Let me just double check. I believe that is all of the games that we have this week. Tony versus Pikachron. Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. Double checking. We watched all the Zapdos. Let me check the Articuno. Yeah, I think that is all of the games this week. So thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. I really appreciate it. You guys showed amazing support as always. If you guys are watching the VOD, thank you so much for watching the VOD and showing me love and support. I really do appreciate it, guys. It goes a long way. If you have not already, be sure to leave a like. It means a ton. Helps support the stream and helps push out the channel to other people. And with all that being said, guys, I know Goose and I played super early. Don't know if that got shown because I showed up late. Oh, actually, Bo, I guess I missed that. Oh yeah, because that happened after some week 2, so I did miss that. So my mistake. We'll actually go ahead and load that up then, Bo. We'll load that up. This will be the last game. This will be the last game then. So actually, I also remember this game happening. So we have Urshifu, Iron Treads, Espathra, Skeledurge, Toxtricity, and the Dunsparce versus Goldingo, Florges, Samurai Hisui, Lando, Cinderace, and Pawmot. So we're just gonna jump in this game because it is fairly quick. Because I remember I watched this one at a pizza shop actually. We see Dun lead into Lando. We're gonna see a U-turn as a potential ice move could come out as we go Samurott here as rocks go up. Samurott forces some spikes up. And we see a Hyper Drill come out, do massive damage to the Hisuian Samurott. Another Ceaseless Edge as spikes are going to go back up. Two layers of spikes are going to go up as the Dun roosts. In comes the Iron Shreds as we miss a Razor Shell, which definitely sucks because that probably KO'd. And then maybe if he wasn't Pasho, excuse me, and then the Rapid Spin. But obviously we're not going to Rapid Spin, we're going to Volt Switch, do massive damage, or do no damage to the Hisuian Samurott as a Razor Shell comes off and does only 28 to the Dunsparce. We get a Defense Trap, going to force a KO here potentially, not quite, but we're going to get 3 layers of spikes up here. Urshifu's going to come in, and Razor Shell's going to come out and do not quite enough to a KO the Urshifu. As Florges comes in, obviously it's the only decent check to this Urshifu. Looks like it's a little bit bulkier based on that damage to the Samurott as well. And now I assume we're going to see a Rapid Spin. No, we see an Earthquake and a crit from the Samurott. So the way that I saw Goose explain it is this crit sucked because you would have been forced to Earthquake, and instead now you can Rapid Spin for free, kill him, and get hazards away, I think is what was up. Yeah. So that was a little unfortunate because you did lose out on all of those spikes. Ice Spinner is going to come out. Down goes Lanad, unfortunately. And in comes Goldango. Is the game over? Goldango lives on 1. Shadow Ball comes out. I mean, Mach Punch from Palma is the only thing I could think of that could save the game here. Unfortunately not. We're going to Volt Switch though because we don't have a move to hit Florges, I suppose. Tox is going to come in. Shift Gear comes off. Baton into the Cinderace. Boom Burst. And I think Tox just wins here, right? Yeah, because it doesn't die to that. Unless this has Mach. It actually Volt Switches on the Dirge. And then in comes Florges. Skill swap, and it's just gonna be over at that point. So how much the crit mattered, I don't know. I don't want to comment on it, obviously. So this is what I say with things like this, with this crit. Obviously this crit did not immediately win the game, right? This did not have an immediate effect on winning the game, but this made the game infinitely harder, right? It did not immediately lose Goose the game, but it put him in such a bad position. It changed the game and maybe put him on the back foot to where he had to play insane. It changed the entire game, right? It changed how the game played. It changed the course of the game. So it definitely does suck. Keeping those hazards up would have been great. Obviously, could have potentially spun blocked with Goldango later on. Definitely sucks for Goose. It definitely wouldn't have been as bad of a beatdown as it was. It wouldn't have been a 6-0 in that instance, right? At bare minimum, it wouldn't have been that bad of a beatdown. But it is what it is, man. And I do believe that is actually all of the games, unless I'm missing another one. And if you guys let me know in chat if I'm missing another one, feel free. But I think that's all 21 games now. It made the game much easier for me. Exactly. I might not be explaining it perfectly, but that's exactly what I mean. Like it didn't immediately win you the game, but it made the game so much harder for Goose to try to win and put him in such a bad spot. It was not great. It was not great. So, but yeah, I think that's going to be it for me here, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. I'm actually going to stream Thursday with Jason for the XY Soul Link this week. So be sure to tune into that. Thank you guys for your continued support. And for now, guys, this has been John Jr. signing off.